Merry Christmas, you handsome and lovely animals. Welcome back to X's First Show, your favorite media response show, where today we are going off on the holiday jukebox that is the Top 100 Holiday by Billboard's best loved number ones or whatever. I'm Nico Action, Nicoation.
I'm TK Elemental.
That makes me Tori at SM Tori. That's Tori with an I. And then
I'm your producer, Kevo, really. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that we know what sort of funky holiday things you want us to do in the future. But we're all booked up today. I'm super stoked. I love doing holiday stuff. We had a lot of fun doing our holiday music broadcast last year. We love talking pop culture, and we all love talking music. So it's going to be a good time.
Now, I also want to put out there that, like, one of the things that blows my mind sometimes is, like, I think that I love Christmas music too much. I think that I love Halloween music too much. I think that, we don't have enough, like, Valentine's Day fucking music. Like, we need to holidify the music year round. There should always be some version of the holiday chart. Now, that said, July 4th, you cannot get simple and just play things like Proud to Be an American. I expect the Scorpions' Winds of Change, and that together we will go down to Gorky Park. But when I think about holiday music and I think about the bigger picture of what holiday music means to me, my love, I think about the fact that, like, even when Christmas music isn't playing, it actually defines the radio. If you heard it in July, you'd be like, that's weird. When it starts up in September a little too early, you're like, nah, none of this. But I think this is actually a thing. And part of why we allow for such varied, weird holiday music is because it reminds us, old music reminds us of old people. And we all love old people in our family. And so then, we're like, oh, old people. I love my grandma. And so, that's what Elvis's Blue Christmas being on this list means to me. It means that we don't always remember to appreciate the things that we grew up with all the time. But there's just certain times of year that the Billboard charts tell us to.
it's true. And there's nothing like Christmas music to make me inappropriately sad on a commute. So I'm right there with you. I love Christmas music because so much of it was just constantly playing. It was how I knew that there was going to be joy for the next 4 weeks kind of thing. So I love it.
Tori and I had matching after-school jobs in our town. We worked at not rival pharmacies, which is you'd think they would be since they were just right across a parking lot from each other, but no, they just quietly had their own clientele. And Light FM Christmas songs, 2 months straight.
You had those. I didn't get to have those because my guy was Jewish and he refused.
Oh, that's right. Steve, what was I thinking?
What?
Gosh.
But thank God Raj was there
and
to remind us about Christmas.
Joy. So there's also that too.
Yeah.
No, we had that old lady. What was her name? I don't remember anymore. It doesn't matter. But she always made sure they played Christmas music. So, yeah. Not all are created equal, but there is something to find for everyone, I think. No matter what your favorite holiday, no matter what your favorite genre, I think there is something for you to find.
TK, talk to me about the wealth of readily available Hanukkah music on Hanukkah radio.
You mean the only song I've been listening to for the past 2 weeks, Christmas Rapping by Say Ferris?
I love the Adam Sandler Hanukkah songs. I love them.
I have in the past enjoyed them. Adam Sandler bums me out now, so I can't really.
The director of Price is Right?
Shh. Not helping.
He's also named Adam Sandler.
He's also named Adam Sandler.
I thought we were about to go down a rabbit hole there.
No.
Hanukkah song is a great original and very cute. And sometimes I can get into the earliest versions of it. But yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of Jewish Christmas music, and that's okay because I do have my own very special Christmas mix. What's very funny is when we were originally talking about doing this broadcast, one of the things Nico pitched that I did not really get out of my head as what we were doing was talking about the most popular Christmas songs, talking about if we like them or not, and then if we didn't like them, having an alternative. And
Yeah, no,
you
you gotta have alternatives.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I got alternatives.
Because as I was looking at the list, I was like, I hate every single one of the songs as presented here. I have an alternative for every one that I hate. So, and that is my Christmas mix is like, it's Blue Christmas, but it's not the original Blue Christmas. All of
Love
them are like that. And that it's my Christmas mix. I love busting it out every year, but I bust it out really late in the season. It does not happen before Thanksgiving. A lot of times I'll like wait until mid-December. Sometimes it's this year, November 29th. I was out there listening to Christmas Rapping by Save Ferris. But
I say.
yeah, I don't know. I have my own little love for Christmas music, but man, the originals for a lot of these I do not love.
Well, I also want to add a layer. So I have this policy that like January 1st, I think genuinely a guy I cannot get behind, even like in a good collar, would be Michael Bublé. I think like he is repulsive.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, October 1st, which is the official beginning of Christmas music,
Boob.
October 1st, Michael Bublé becomes irresistible to me. That said, the boobs, unfortunately, his Santa Baby was voted the official worst Christmas song of all time. So
What?
But there's so many Dominic the Donkeys to choose from.
But I think that's even the problem. Like Dominic the Donkey, it's sort of like, okay, I have a problem with the premise of Christmas shoes. It's not my thing, but like if you love it. And there's nothing wrong with loving it. If somebody did a melodramatic asshole version, like if Sia produced a version by Rihanna, that'd be unlistenable. And so I
do not think that is true. I was also shocked to see it didn't make this list.
They'd be Fenty. And
why
does he want to buy his mama Fenty? Like
Rihanna still needs you to buy the shoes. She's not.
Get out.
Like obviously we'd have to change the context a little bit, but she still would like for you to buy the shoes.
I have no idea what Beyonce is going to do to outdo showing up pregnant, but man, am I excited. So okay. I am so excited to jump into this to explain a little bit the history of recording the sales charts of music is really complicated, okay? And Billboard, by their own admission, are huge liars and make a bunch of stuff up, or they did. And now we have beep boops, and you can't escape the beep boop. Every time you beep boop a CD at Walmart, it gets reported to the CD collection man, and you go to CD jail, right?
Oh.
And nothing can be done about that. That's the law. And so I see
Highly technical
TK.
reporting we're doing here.
As TK,
It's the beep boop bop and law.
I actually am really just trying to investigate where Sia falls in the grand scheme of charting for this thing. Because I think Snowman is a banger.
Well, but
It's a very sexy, horny song.
So this chart is evidently pulled together from multiple metrics, including like plays, streams, requests, discussion, and this is just the number onesiest songs in the history of this chart, which, by the way, Kevo, my handsome man, your birthday in 2011 was the first reported day of this chart, which only tracks weeks of holiday rotation. So it doesn't go year round. I agree with you. I actually think Santa's Coming for Us is like the Sia Christmas song, and it should have been on here. Like it should have. But
do you love that one especially because of the video?
No, I love it because I like music where I get to just be a weird computer at people. Yeah. And like that is one of those songs where I have to go, the Santa's coming for us. Like I get to just like unhinge.
I do the same thing with Snowman. I get like no.
She's
having a Tori Amos moment there.
I don't like Snowman the same way I don't like Wrapped in Red.
I know and me. Yeah, I know I'm with you.
It's Santa's Coming for Us, Snowman, and there's one other song that
Candy
I think
Cane
is
Lane.
fun. Thank you. Yes. But then actually Candy Cane Lane is the one that I actually am surprised is not on here. Not like it's not my favorite. It's just I'm surprised for chart purpose. I can't believe we're going to talk about a Katy Perry song, but Sia's entire Christmas album, not one thing has made it on.
Okay, Cozy Little Christmas is the last good thing Katy Perry did. Oh no, she's got a child that's younger. Okay, Katy Perry's
Orlando.
Wow, we don't
Bloom's
know
pretty
yet.
Good.
Yeah, I would hit it with Orlando Bloom, maybe, because he's sort of like if you can't get that the Spice Girls soccer boy, David Beckham. If you can't get David Beckham, you can just sort of kind of slot him in.
Flipping it around, getting Russell Brand to divorce you, also a hot move. Way to go, girl.
That's
Way to go. The fact that you got him to do it over text right before you were about to perform a show, that you had the whole thing on video that you could then get clips of on the internet later to raise your profile. Amazing move. Probably should have dropped Dr. Luke around the same time. I'm not a PR guy, but I just have ideas.
I mean, I'm gonna fill her stockings with all the self-negging she needs to get away from Dr. Luke. But
Does Kesha have a Christmas song?
no, but
I'm
now
gonna
I
write an
wish-
email to Kesha.
Not
I
really.
hope she has like either Cannibal, she could redo Cannibal, or I would love Run Devil Run as Run Santa Run, Slay Santa Run Run.
This place about to snow.
It'd be great.
My favorite version of that, which I literally listened to psych myself up for this broadcast, is "So Cold You're Hurting My Feelings" by Caroline Polachek.
I love
Why
it.
doesn't that ever chart? I'll tell you why, because it's not a single anywhere. I have to get it off YouTube Music.
I love that. I do love taking a real song and just like slightly
Yes.
holidayifying it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we can look at Little Saint Nick by the Beach Boys.
Ooh,
Good choice.
or-
Also,
much
Kesha
like
apparently has a cover of "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas."
Wait, who does?
Kesha.
Oh, no. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is a Christmas song by technical name, but like it's from a movie. Which it turns out Santa Baby was added to a movie. It was written for the movie. It was written for Meet Me in St. Louis with Judy Garland. And so
Santa Baby.
No, Have Yourself a Merry
Okay.
Little Christmas. Which, by the way, I just realized the amount of Tori Amos, Judy Garland, and Wizard of Oz is so extraordinary.
Yeah.
But
Clearly
anyway, so
affected.
let's stop being clearly, because we're all over the place. But this is less focused than last year. So let's get to the moment. This is the moment. It's Christmas Day. See,
We're
you can
not
turn
doing
it
that.
into Santa and hide. Santa takes a wicked poison to be able to make a whole lot more presents and turns into an unbearable, abominable snow Santa.
I think that's just the year without a Santa Claus.
Does Santa have like a weird TRT problem in that movie?
Maybe.
Let me tell you. I know some bears that. So, all right, let's start with.
Eat, Santa, eat.
This song has evidently been number one all 68 weeks this chart has existed or something. There is
and it's peaked a lot higher than it is in the chart.
Well, and so like I found out that this song, okay, first of all, Mariah Carey, Merry Christmas was not the number one Christmas record of 1994. Kenny G's Miracles was, and Mariah Carey's came in second. It never hit number one in its initial run. It peaked at number 4, and it wouldn't hit number 1 until 2015, after this chart helped reinvigorate interest and the growing YouTube ability of everybody thinking that Love Actually was romantic for a minute. And now we're back to thinking it's just a young man's snow globe.
It's an X for me. It is. I mean, it's so funny. I will go years without listening to this song because
Supposed to do this.
I have been listening to it since 1994, and I don't want it to go stale on me. I love it so much. So I have not fully listened to this song the last 2 Christmases, but I decided this year I wanted to bust it out. Unequivocal. This is just top tier Christmas music. It is the blueprint for Christmas pop. Few can compare since the 90s. And yeah, I mean, immediate X.
I agree. I would also just give a little Peanuts jazz Christmas to the Boobs version. But I'm an X all the way on this. No, for real. This is Fritz the Cat. It's such an X for me.
Yeah, I agree. This is an X for me because for the longest time I was very much a uh, there's All I Want for Christmas Is You, and then all the good Christmas music happened before like 1985. So I was like, there's only one good modern Christmas song, and now we have a few more, but I still think this is the one that they should all be measured against. And that's why in 2 songs we'll be talking about how it doesn't measure up. How about you, Kevo? What you think?
Yeah, it's one of those songs that you almost can't believe both how old and how fresh it is, especially with these young whippersnappers now being younger and younger. It feels like it's been around forever, and it's just so fun, and I think it was something that really recaptured the idea of Christmas being fun and joyful, without necessarily being excessively hallelujah, hallelujah. And and it's timeless, it's exciting. A lot of people aren't quite so much down with it, which I get, but yeah, I love it. I'm gonna say X.
And I think that's even part of what makes it like the defining song of its era for Christmas. That's one of the things that when at the end of the day, you're talking about modern Christmas songs, it's going to be this one. It's not going to be Kenny G's Fuck Me on a Saxophone, It's Christmas Afternoon or whatever. It's going to be Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. You might even have other points of reference, because there's certainly nothing wrong with liking Last Christmas or This Christmas. Hey, but you got choices, and this one isn't really a choice. You're stuck with it, so you might as well enjoy it.
For
Sure. The song is like a good snow. Once it starts, just pull up by the window and enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. Is a 13-year-old having a recording contract kind of suspect? Should we have been like they're exploiting?
Leave JoJo alone.
Look how big her hair is. It's full of sadness.
First off, I don't know how well known it is that she is a literal child singing this, because you could have fooled me.
Yeah, she got a real adult
many
voice.
many years.
Again, see JoJo.
I feel like we had a lot more child stars back in the 50s coming off the old vaudeville circuit idea, but this one, I love this song.
Jimbo, do a Brenda Lee.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, with that hair, I'm surprised that she never has.
Actually, a Christmas Snatch Game would be fucking incredible. The fact that they've never redone the Christmas special is so weird to me. It's like one of my favorite Drag Race things of all time.
I've still never watched it, so maybe that's something we should do for the holiday season.
I was going to say, I'll make sure it's ready for you to watch.
But yeah, no, especially with how disappointed we were with what Jimbo actually did for Drag Race Christmas. Look at like that hair. Yeah. The performance, the dance. Yeah, we watched the music video for this. It's so cute that she finally got to do the music video for this at the ripe old age of octogenarian. Gosh, this has been... That's what I was saying, where I felt like All I Want for Christmas Is You feels like it's been around forever. This really has been almost around as long as recorded music has existed.
It's true.
What do we got for ratings?
I'm giving it an A. I like it, but I do have a thing I need to say about all Christmas music. Number one, all Christmas music, stop being in 3/4. Fuck yourself. Number two, all Christmas music, drop the diminished chords. Fuck yourself. Number three, I don't want to play an A minor 6 ever again. Okay? Ever. And so I need to point out that other than the technical problems with Christmas music, all Christmas music is about 6 lines long. It is about 38 seconds of music, and then you do it for 2.5 minutes. This is, This is a 43-second song, and it is 4 minutes long.
Shout outs to the recent Miley version of it. Really like that one. The Cyndi Lauper is also an absolute banger of a cover.
There's like a Leanne Rimes, I think.
I was gonna leave that one out and just put that in the middle. Most cursed one to me, just absolutely cursed, is Casey Musgraves and Camila Cabello. There are many more, but I absolutely have to name those three.
Oh no!
It is. Go listen to it. It is cursed. It is an absolutely dark.
Sounds like I need to listen to Camila Cabello's entire Christmas oeuvre.
It's
really.
just that and Chris Moyes.
Okay, no, he didn't know that Chris Moyes was Camila Cabello.
In some ways I think that's almost better, just to have it be a curse that's out in the world. Just
I thought you guys were weird.
Yeah, no, it's and oh god, the actual performance with the mariachi.
Oh my god,
band.
The mariachi band at the end.
I know she's Latina, and it's
so am I.
I know, but it's somehow it's so offensive.
Don't worry, she'll never be invited to do it in the White House again. So,
well, because of her gay husband.
Well, she's also Cuban, so I think maybe it is offensive.
So, but about things that aren't offensive. Well, that are offensive because she was 13.
Yeah,
you know what? You can really see. You can see. Honestly,
I can see it
the
now.
hair is giant.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I can see that this is an 8th grader. It's just
look at this Staten Island girl on her way to biology class.
that font is the size of her head. So
similarly, the reason I think I love the Miley one is because although Miley does it as an adult, Miley had this voice back when Miley was 13. She sang. I mean, the reason I never knew Brenda Lee was a child is because she does not sound like one. She fully sounds like an adult. And Miley has the same type of voice. They produced very different music for Miley, so she was also on a show where she was confirmed to be a child. But
you guys remember when Madonna, when she was younger, would be like, "You must be an angel," and now like she tries to look like an infant cat.
You just want to get into that for a second? Yes, I do remember, and I think about it too much.
Oh,
so thanks for bringing it up. I'd set it aside for the night, but now we're back again.
We'll bring up Madonna later.
Well, because evidently Eartha Kitt did not appreciate the reference, so.
Oh, well, okay. We're not at Eartha Kitt yet, and I have conversations about that are going to be very apocryphal.
I find it very cute, but I'm happy to hear it in passing and at Target while I'm running in to grab something and then fleeing
It's
the
on
Target.
The list.
But I don't want to sit and listen to it.
Kevo, what you got?
I'm gonna go A for now because it's.
Oh, so sorry, Kevo.
No, go ahead, Tori.
No, the way it cut, I thought you were like, I'm giving you an A for now, and I was like, for now, and I was not trying to talk over you, sir.
It's all good.
You're gonna find that I am very kind to these. If I love the song, it's getting an X, and I don't care. So this is an X for me. I love these old 56. Like this is what I talk about when I'm like, oh, the Christmas records would come on. Like this is what's playing with the fireplace on Christmas Eve. So and you know it's in Home Alone. What else could you want in life?
True.
Oftentimes I'm like, yes, Daniel Stern, he's in Home Alone. I love him. I couldn't think of anybody else. Joe Pesci. So anyway,
Daniel Stern was probably the right one.
I have a lot of complicated feelings here. I actually, can of worms. I sometimes hate people that I feel have my career, and I feel Ed Sheeran stole my career. I know we're not at him yet, but I just really wanted to get in a few extra complaints about Ed Sheeran. Now, to talk about Justin Bieber for a minute, I just feel like people are too hard on him. He's dumb. He's dumb as like an identity, but like all of the new kids were just shoes. It was just like 5 shoes up on stage doing choreo. That's all it was, and 2 could sing. 3. Justin Bieber can sing decently well. He can dance very well. He is an excellent drummer. He is a musician. He was involved in some of the songwriting, some of the production, some of the choreo. I think a lot of that shines through, actually, that a lot of what he did was for kids, about kids, by kids, but he still had those absurd lesbian eyebrows. So I think Justin Bieber is not the problem, that his management let him have songs like this year round is why so much of his catalog has been forgotten in the last 15 years. But because this is Christmas, it stands out. I think this is a B from a guy who, I don't know who he is as a guy, but the world was really mean to him as much as it made him a billionaire. So I don't know. I have weird feelings about Justin Bieber. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, poor guy.
I think that's a very nice, fair assessment of the situation. It's a D for me just because I think it's a bad song and I don't enjoy it. It's not for me at all. And I don't know. My criteria on these are all over the place.
You really don't like that Sugar Sugar How You Get So Fly riff? You don't like that little acoustic Jiminy Jam?
No, not with him over it. Also, yeah, no, just there's nothing I like about this. This is not even one like measure that I have for these is not even just like, is there a cover that I can point to that is better? Because that'll raise the song's profile overall. Would I want to hear a cover? I can't think of a single person. A metal cover of this wouldn't be funny to me. Jason Mraz doing this wouldn't be good to me.
No, but real quick, Jason Mraz doing Christmas rapping would literally be a betrayal of all good things.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no, this is, I'm just no interest. Sorry, this is a D. Get it out of here.
Yeah, this one's a D for me too. I was a little appalled at all these shoddy references inside of it,
Tori,
and the fact that as I was, and it could be elves.
Get out of here.
You know what? I don't think elves like to be called shoddy. I think they have.
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Choice. I also, can someone help me? What is the song that he just like took the filing numbers off of and made it into this? Because it sounds like something and it's driving me bonkers.
I
don't
specifically
know. I mean, like, it's very like it feels like I was like, I can't tell if this is one of his songs that they just turned Christmas or if it's a song that is so close that just then he just took and made Christmas. But
if you mean specifically, I'd have to get back to you. But yeah, that is generally how I feel about it as well. That it is just a Justin Bieber Christmas.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, if we were going to replace with something, I mean, you've got, if you want it to be a kid, you've got I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. I don't know. There's some.
But there's like this sexy kid. It's like
sexy
Nico? Kid.
Nico?
Play that back for yourself.
I'm aware of what I'm saying, but like this is like, hey,
no,
mama,
I get it. Like,
it's Christmas.
Sexy,
time for mistletoe.
Great, then throw some
throw
Gaga's Christmas tree on there. I don't care.
Yes, Tori. Yes,
I actually
this is like
Christmas.
Holding your hand at the winter carnival Christmas,
and
like
that's
that
super
sexy.
cute concept. Not for me. Also, I just think we probably shouldn't say those two words together, lest this ever get transcribed. I'm just trying to keep us monetized.
Well, okay, listen, if this does get transcribed, my point is that they were trying to create, it's something that I was thinking about the other day with Boy Meets World, and I'm not being too off topic, I promise, but like part of why the energy of Boy Meets World wound up so emotionally exploitative, so emotionally intense, was because they were trying to create a show that vibed with other shows on ABC, even though the target audience was clearly different. They were trying to create a world of almost like soap opera levels of emotional intensity for these literal ninth graders in a way that certainly wasn't sustainable long term for these sorts of characters. So like you were trying to create, and I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't think that's any weirder than saying sexy baby Christmas. I think when we talk about the identity that we create for these people, these real life performers, and we make it Justin Bieber, 16-year-old male, singing about getting a young woman under the mistletoe, we are creating a context for office holiday party sexuality, which is hopefully no worse than PG-13, but I just described him as 16. So, like, I do think that as much as the phrase I used was certainly salacious and definitely debatable in terms of acceptability, I think that is the identity that they strive to create for these sorts of songs in a way that is legitimately palpable. You understand that this is meant to be a romantic song between him and one of his peers.
I think, like Justin Bieber himself and everything that he represented at the start of his career, it calls into question the true longevity of even this genre of, romantic tween music, let alone romantic tween Christmas. I don't know that anyone who is today of the age group for which the song would be appropriate would know to look this up. It's not something that's timeless like Deck the Halls, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, and something that's of a more adult romantic nature. You come to that as an adult, but you have to have been a Justin Bieber tween for this to have meant something for you. Like, I kind of want to give this a C because it's a good version of what it is. Like, I wouldn't, want to gouge my ears out when I hear this in a store, but I'm definitely not going to go put this on, and I can't imagine anyone today would. This would have to be something that you grew up with.
I love Andrew saying that Justin Bieber might have had some people to deal with. So I think that unfortunately does kind of hit. But to people that I think are less under current litigation, Andy Williams, God, this fucking guy. So my family are theatrical, and my parents went to Branson, straight up. They really did. They went to the Broadway of the Anywhere Else, and they saw Andy Williams, big fans, my dad particularly. You don't realize how much of your Christmas is Andy Williams telling you to hang up your sock. Like, you don't understand as like a suburban white person how much of your Christmas experience was shaped by this contemporary of Lawrence Velk. Very nice. So like, it's kind of shocking. The guy had so many Christmas albums. I think It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year is super fun because it utilizes that like E minor A7 vibe that is so Christmassy, which I know is just nonsense, but I promise the musicians watching love it. So like it's got that crispity snap that makes a Christmas song a Christmas song. And so like this for me is an A, and the only reason it's not higher is because it's the one we remember of an era that so many songs are this good. But like, I think people kind of forget about Marshmallow World. I think people kind of forget about Man with the Bag. I think people forget about some songs that I think are like eternal classics. I love that this song exists, but it's not that much better than the others, including a lot of Andy's other songs. Remind y'all. So I'm here to give it an A.
C for me, it'd be a D.
You fool!
It'd be a D, except it's the like running right in with It's the Most Wonderful Time of the is iconic. We all know that. And again, when I hear that in a Target, when I take my earplug out very briefly to say something to somebody, that's a lovely moment. But then I don't want to hear the rest. I don't care about the rest. This is another one where looking at the covers, I can't find a cover where I'm like, oh man, yeah, this person got it. And I can't think of anybody who I'm desperate to hear cover it. So there's a C.
I'm going to make it worse for you. I really want to hear Brandon Urie do it.
That would actually be really cool.
It'd be so good.
High hopes Brandon Urie doing it would be amazing. Brandon Urie now, it would be sad and horrible. But
also an ironic Fiona Apple cover.
Yep, sure. And we've got some of discussion of that to come up later. But yeah, I mean, yes, you're right. There are people that I can dream of covering this, but still see.
Are you an Andy Williams lady?
Yeah, like it's like Bing Crosby, Gene Autry, Andy Williams, some Dino and Frank. Like those are the albums that are on repeat from my childhood. So this one's an A for me, just because it's charming and it doesn't make me cry. So it gets an A.
You know,
I mean, it's the happiest. The happiest.
I actually think that I might take a big swing early, and I think I might give this one a wild X, just because I feel like this is one of those songs that is the reverse phenomenon that we talk about a lot, where people take something like My Favorite Things and turn it into a Christmas song. This has Christmas baked into it. Scary ghost stories and tales of the glories, happiest. The Christmas stuff is in it. But if you removed that, so much of the tone and the phrase, most wonderful. Remember that Staples commercial when we were all in elementary school, where it was every September, they would play this song in the commercial because it's the happiest time of the year. Your kids are going back to school. It's something that can be used so broadly, even though the verses themselves have actual, like, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. The chorus and the general tone is so broad that I think, yeah. So I'm going to go X.
I'm going to while out for a moment, and while I am not going to school everybody on some music motherfucking theory, I want to be really clear for a moment that this song utilizes something that you're not even aware of that it does, that is so elegant and eloquent. Well, because everybody did Most Wonderful Time. Did I skip anybody? I'm so sorry.
No, I'm just making sure we're moving on.
Are you
Okay.
talking about Jingle Bell Rock now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Jingle Bell Rock does some actually like really beautiful things musically. The opening is some runs on a single idea, some like changes on one chord in a way that sounds really appealing to your ear, and it actually sounds kind of like a jingle bell, because jingle bells often have like really close tones together, and what Jingle Bell Rock does to get you excited about it is it kind of parallels that idea, but then it moves into some stuff that's like actually old school, like nearly fucking madrigals. Like seriously, it moves into some like technical work that we don't really see anymore, to the point where like when I play Jingle Bell Rock, I have to kind of remember how to play some chords, because I don't play them in pop music and in theatrical music and in the American standards I do. They're just not there. And so like Jingle Bell Rock for me is many people's unique experience with lovely sounding diminished chords. There's things in this song that are so truly of their era, that are the rock music of their time, and we all just kind of like think it's super cool, even if it's super dumb. I think Jingle Bell Rock in my heart is an X. Like as a song, I think like to this day songwriters want to be this cool, and I have a lot of really specific music theory feels about Jingle Bell Rock. All very positive.
This is another C for me.
Jesus, God damn it.
Wow.
Fine, I hate that. I'm going to chop down all the Deku trees and Link's a little bitch. Fine.
No, hang on. Who here thought TK was going to do more than like 2 to 3 X's or A's?
Yeah.
I don't remember
Like,
last year.
no.
I love you very much. I appreciate you getting me.
Like, not to say, but to say.
Yeah, no, I respect it. I have no problem with you seeing that.
What you say?
Now, if
That
Imogen
it's
Heap did a
only
Christmas song, if
Christmas
Imogen Heap did
for
Jingle Bell Rock with
Christmas.
her Mimu gloves, we could really be talking. Yeah, this another one, fine to hear in the background somewhere. Don't really care. No good covers of it. My fondest memory of it is Mean Girls, of course. Brenda Lee's version is the best to me. I think that's all I have to say on it.
I love Jingle Bell Rock. Yes, it's in Mean Girls, but it's one of the songs that so one of my mother's cousins married a very, very, very handsome Greek man from Queens with an acoustic guitar, and just I'll send you a shirtless photo from the 70s. It's great. Anyway, this is one of the songs that he would bring out to like get us all singing. And
No,
Jingle Bell
this was
Rock
his
a
Wonderwall.
No, I mean his real Wonderwall was some Partridge Family song about
Oh,
to you
God.
and all your brothers, your sisters, and your friends. It's a thing that he tried to pass off as his own for a while. That didn't work.
Oh, pre-internet.
Once the internet kicked in, we figured it out. But it's still it's still one of my favorite songs. It's still like it felt so much more fun than like Frosty or Deck the Halls or like all of those kind of more upbeat Christmas classics. So I do love this. This is an X for me. Like I said, I'm going to be making up for TK's judgmental attitude towards Christmas with my extreme love.
You're
How about you, Kevo?
stocking stuffed full of positivity.
It's true.
Andrew wants to say, Nico, your hat is so cute. Yeah, that is a line that they did for Marvel Christmas through the Disney parks and Disney store last year. I'm definitely getting that mug. I really want that mug that's in the same style. It looks like a Christmas sweater, and looking at it last year, I was like, I kind of want it. And now this year, looking at it again, holy shit, it's like textured like a Christmas sweater. It's not just like a round, flat mug. It's like cable knit sweater textured. So holy shit.
That's cute.
But yeah, and how cute is that styling with the cream and the brown? And he loves cream instead of white, so love it. You know, I also love Jingle Bell Rock, obviously. I don't want to give out too many X's too early either. But here's the thing. We all remember it from Mean Girls. But yes, Andrew, love the texture. Something that I love about its use in Mean Girls is the fact that for the musical, they weren't going to license Jingle Bell Rock for the play. So instead, Tina Fey's husband, whatever his name is, I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
Jeff
Richmond.
Jeff Richmond. Get all my work from my wife. Doesn't matter because you do great work. He wrote a new song, Rockin' Around the Pole. And they only used like 20 seconds of it in the musical. But it is a full song. It is hysterical. It is on my list of, weird, obscure, not real Christmas music. So I, for that as well, want to give an X. So yeah.
Do they use it in the movie? I still need to see it, but
I don't know. That's a great question.
Oh my god! I was like, Tori, have you not seen Mean Girls in theater? I took my mom
have
to see
only
Mean Girls.
seen Renee Rapp look real gay, so I didn't want to inflict that flood upon the masses.
I love when
Yeah.
she toured with Callista Pascal. That was an absurd Ally McBeal Rent parallel reference. That's quite a Remington steal.
Pedro Pascal.
Oh, even better. I want to say, you know what? Next year we're not doing songs. Next year everybody's got to watch a bunch of Christmas episodes because ain't nobody did a Christmas season like Ally McBeal or Melrose Place would do 4 to 6 Christmas episodes. There would be trees up in the background.
Ooh, maybe
Everybody
that's what
would
we're
just be
doing
like,
next.
A fucking Christmas tree for you. Christmas tree
All
for
right.
you. Christmas tree for me. Christmas trees everywhere. So
All right, if we're planning that, someone needs to come up with the list by Thanksgiving.
we'll have it
Please.
ready by July.
Okay.
I think there's certain kinds of romance, like I think when you talk about like a New York City romance versus like an LA romance, like an LA romance is looking at the sun coming up over the mountains, and it's beautiful because you've gotten out of Hollywood and you've gotten to this beautiful place where the texture of the topography of California elevates your spirit. And when you talk about a New York romance, it's me vomiting on the subway at 12:30 in the morning. And so I think about what it's like to have those moments of quiet in New York between the loud at the holidays. And I don't think anything for me sounds quite so perfect as the Christmas song by Nat King Cole, which was of course recorded 3 times, 46, 47, 61. Most people feel pretty romantic about the 46. 45, 46, 61. Most people feel pretty romantic about the 46. It's the one that's the best known. I think this song is an X plus. I don't. By the way, the X stands for Xmas, in case anybody cares. I think this song is yeah, X Pack. This song is an XXX plus. This is the kind of shit that Giuliani tried to get out of New York, so you know it's good. The XXX that he.
I know. I'm with you, man. I want it all. I'm
I
waiting to
didn't
hear.
get it.
I'm waiting to hear TK convince us that his C rating is worth it.
No, this is an A.
Yay!
I think I love the song. I know you want me to have it be an X, Nico, but it's an A for me. I love it. It's
I just want you to be happy and love me. That's all I really want in this world.
I do love you. The other thing's not going to happen, but you know, whatever. Yeah, this is a great song. This is a fantastic song in and of itself, and all of the Nat King Cole versions are fantastic. It's a beautiful song. The reason it's on next for me is because I don't like the imagery. The imagery is not my vibe. I don't ever want to be somewhere where chestnuts are roasting on an open fire, or Yuletide carols are being sung by a choir. Folks dressed up like Eskimos might be vaguely racist. That's all okay. It's a different time. Just not my vibe. So that brings it down a little bit.
Is there actually? I just want to. I love honey roasted nuts on the boardwalk in summer, and Zeppelis in summer, and there's like a lot of like really special like winter desserts that are kind of like unique to Jersey.
Yeah.
Are there like holiday desserts that are unique to Maine? Because like the food in Maine is like literally the best food I've had outside of New York City in my life, and the whoopie pie is like the greatest thing in the universe. So like,
yeah, I mean, there's probably like a Christmas whoopie pie, like
a peppermint whoopie pie.
Yeah, that exactly. But no, I'm trying to think if anybody does like a known thing. I'll have to get on Reddit and dodge the bullets to ask that question, but nothing that I can think of. This is also a song that I love to see covered. So many great people. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is like a silly one, but it's a double. It's Jane Krakowski, Jenna Maroney singing it on 30 Rock, which is
I'll actually cry, seriously.
Yeah, which is kind of a jokey moment, but where I will cry, that transitions into Elaine Stritch and Jack Donaghy singing it at the piano, and that actually Elaine's, it's one of the most beautiful things ever. Christina Aguilera does a phenomenal cover of it. Particularly if you're a woman who can really belt, this is a song that I love to hear you sing.
Oh my God, can you imagine an Audra version? By the way, anybody, I don't really get involved, but anybody giving Audra a hard time tonight, you can fuck yourself.
Yeah, don't do that.
Tonight of all nights, fuck off. Leave her alone.
What's happening?
Oh my God, no, she canceled Gypsy tonight. The understudies aren't trained, and they canceled Gypsy.
I'm sorry. We can take it offline, but I don't know what's going on.
Why understudies aren't trained for Gypsy yet?
Right, of course not. They're in previews.
Yeah, and 3 people are sick, so they had to cancel tonight. And it was like 104% sold, and people are going nuts. And Audra posted a thing online being like, you guys don't understand. There is an illness. There's like a virus ripping through the Broadway community who all know each other. Everybody calm down. And like Reddit is like eating her.
Listen, all right. I'll go to Reddit tomorrow and I will set them straight on who's actually at fault for not making sure that the understudies are prepared for first paid performance as opposed to first post-opening.
You should see the playbill statement where they basically say that, and they don't say it as good as you just said it.
And then we can have a conversation about how there are no understudies for stage managers.
Tori, before you write that essay, I need to know why you give this an X.
Oh, I give this an X because I'm literally tearing up just even thinking about it. This is another Nat King Cole Christmas albums is also up there. This one, I mean when they call out for kids from 1 to 92, I just think that the song is it's home, it's your grandparents, there's just something about it that like unlocks something deep in you. I think is this the one that has the lyrics of no, that's I'll Be Home for Christmas. But there's a lot of these ones where it's a little bit sad, it's a little nostalgic, it's a little going into the past, and
You know that Santa's on his way. Wants you to be a child for that one moment.
Yeah, it's that when they talk about like the childlike glimmer in an adult's eye, this is a song that I think of. And so yeah, that's why I love this song. That's why it is, and above all, one of the top X's. It's also a song that I try to avoid because, as you can tell, I'm already ruining my makeup because of feelings. So it is what it is. Kevo, what does this song do for you?
I want to put Tori real quick. You are not alone. If I try to talk about like I can't. It's hard to even talk about it. But Keen's Hopes and Fears turns 20 this year, and that's not a record I can easily talk about. And the way you talked about your love for this song, that is me with that record and Bed Shaped and Somewhere Only We Know, and it turns 20 this year. So I really get it. There are things that like you are where you were at a time in your life where you are a child who believes in Christmas, and like the way you said it was just so clear. It conjured a different kind of nostalgia for me.
I really, really, really love this one. But I think for me, I'm going to give it an A because I feel like it's one that you can drop the ball on. There can be bad versions, but it as a song is quite the holiday banger. It's one of those ones that is very interesting. I forget which one we were talking about earlier, but like, it's all one complete thought. It's not quite so much a song as it is a statement. And that's such an interesting thing that you can do at Christmas so easily and regularly across genres. But no, I love it. Did not know that was going to be there. I think both of my grandfathers were 92 when they passed. At least the good one was. So that's always cute.
Yeah. It does make me very upset, though, to think about the kids from 93 and over. I'm like, do you not get to be a kid then? Do you not get to enjoy?
Well, I'm like,
no, you have to get ready for the wars.
What about the people? And not that anybody is. I mean, and yes, they are. I'm being mean, but like, not that anybody is. But what about people who were alive before Coca-Cola Santa?
They used to have Christmas used to be green for them. Christmas
That sucks.
To be Father Christmas and green and fluff and
evergreen.
You know, are there no poorhouses? Are there no jails?
I don't want boys to wear blue because boys blue, girls pink. I want boys to wear blue because I look like shit in yellow. So anyway, have a holly jolly Christmas. This is like an A inoffensively, but it's probably like a B to sing. Like, I don't have a holly jolly Christmas. Like, unless you are my husband Seth, I don't want to hear you sing Christmas standards now at all. Seth can sing Christmas standards to me anytime. Anything Seth wants to sing to me, he can sing.
Gosh, Daddy Seth.
Anything, anytime. Handsome. I love you. But no, for real. Seth MacFarlane is a unique performer in that he's able to conjure the elements of this era. But like, I hate hearing people do a Burl Ives. I hate people doing a thorough Ravenscroft. Just shut up and go home. So like, stop it. You're embarrassing yourself.
We'll give you another reason to love my father in a hot second.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I love this song, but I think I love it because your grandfather probably sang it to you. My grandfather didn't sing, neither one. So for me, the radio was my grandfather and was cool. I think this is an A for me, but I think it should be a B for everyone else.
Well, it's a C for me.
Well, you bitch.
Yeah. Yep. It's the same.
When we were together, I am Jacob, and you were the rest of Abbott Elementary.
That is probably accurate. Yeah, this is the same thing as the other ones that are in this category for me. It's fine to hear in passing, but I don't love it. I don't want to sit down and listen to it. I can't think of a cover of it that I love, and more importantly, I can't think of anybody who I would care to hear cover it. Even if they did and it was great, I wouldn't be, the idea wouldn't excite me at all. So
Moira Rose.
the mistletoe. Horrifying.
Look at the mistletoe.
Literally, I love Catherine O'Hara beyond my ability to speak on it, but if I never heard the Moira Rose voice again, I would die happy.
What, tired of drag queens, are you?
We're getting
So obviously Burr Lives is pretty up there for me. I love these. Burr Lives always makes me think of the claymation Rudolph, so I have an extra love for it. My family produces baritone and bass men, so Burr Lives is right there in the sweet spot for all of them. And it's just it's like a warm, toasty hug of a song for me. So obviously it's an X. Thank you.
All of the women in my family look at the men and go, "You're gonna do the high part, right?" Like, whether it's my Uncle John, who, by the way, my Uncle John is like this big motherfucking guy, and like growing up, he had a weight bench that, like, to this day, I'm like, how did he comfortably just like house 3 plates on each side when it was just sitting there? Like, big fucking dude. And when the Eagles comes on, he's the one who's like, I can't tell you why. Like, every time, it doesn't matter if you're my dad's side of the family or my mom's side of the family, we are the ones going up there. So I feel like your dad and I would have done some really great barbershop. I love your dad. I'm so sorry. I have such a great time with your dad.
You know what? Maybe you can change his mind.
No, he just thinks I'm a
No.
bro, so
He
it's never
does.
gonna happen. But everyone, Tori's dad, great time.
Yeah, he's fun at parties. He's very fun at parties. And then you should make sure he doesn't drive home. Kevo, what's your holliest, jolliest feeling?
My dad would probably simp for your dad. Anyway, I really love this song. Honestly, I love this song a whole ton. I think it's a bop. It's probably my favorite from Rudolph. I loved Rudolph growing up. I think mostly because we had a copy recorded off of CBS that had commercials for a rerun of the I Love Lucy Christmas special and other things, probably from 1992 or 1989 or something like that. But it's the happiest part. The whole special is such a fucking bummer. It's not my fault. They wrote it that way. But this is when everyone's finally like, oh, everyone can just chill the fuck out and we can just have a holly jolly Christmas and be happy. And I love that. So I think I'm gonna do another X. I'll try not to do too many. This one's not an X, if that helps. Feliz Navidad. I did not like this one for like 30 years. I specifically kind of found it annoying. I like it more recently. So I'm gonna waffle between an A or a B. If you guys want to take it back over with the fates.
Andrew, I was going to stuff your stocking either way, but let me be clear with you. This Lasuna Coil reference, my dear boy.
Next year, we're each going to come up with a playlist of like 12 songs, and we will rank that playlist.
You only could have made a Nightwish Fantastic reference. I mean, goddamn.
12, Tori, relax.
My stupid fucking metal broad.
No, and we'll bring in JoJo too.
Sexy.
So, as the resident Latin guy here, I have some really clear feelings about like remembering my grandma and my auntie singing like Feliz Navidad. I mean, they would sing any Christmas song just in Spanish, right? But like when it's I mean this like really warmly. When I think about my auntie's recipe for arroz con pollo for picadillo, like it involves half a can of beer. And so like Auntie was a good time girl, and like Feliz Navidad is a good time song, and it is one of those songs that is literally 40. Yes, oh my god, yes. Okay, Andrew, we will talk about obscure Christmas albums later. That is insane that you would make that reference. Get away from me.
Listen, my playlist is going to have Fraggles on it, so you know we all do things.
Mine is going to have Ally McBeal episodes. Either way, TV or music. But so like Feliz Navidad is one of those things where like I sometimes feel like, you know, TK, I remember you talking to me early on where I was like, I'm so excited to bring Hanukkah to you and to Rich, you know, hot older boyfriend. And like I was excited to bring this, and you had to be like, Nico, Meatball, Lil Bro, what a sweet vibe, but not the right vibe. This is kind of more what it is. And like I had this clear understanding of what culture had taught me was, you know, the holiday experience for the Jewish community in December. And I was so wrong. And like I sometimes do want to scream because I feel like people hear Feliz Navidad and they're like, oh, so it's Mariachi Christmas. It's not. And kind of like you drive me nuts with that and you make me so mad. But like the other thing it is like it actually is. So I don't know. I think about Feliz Navidad and I think about like this is such a reference for Kevo, but I think about Gus, the guy who was like, I wish you were my son. I'm going to give you all my Gloria Estefan records. I think
you just talked about him.
Eric. Yes!
No, about being at his house.
Oh
yes.
my god, that's so funny.
Yes, you did.
I don't even have my gimp suit here. I think about what I've never had a gimp. I've never had a gimp suit.
No, that is one of the few things that you've certainly never
of all the
had.
things I've never had. Anyway, so I'm being very silly, and I'm being a Mandy Moobs pig about it. But Feliz Navidad is I don't know. It's a song that I hold in such high regard, but I don't think I give an X to because it's literally 2 sentences. It is literally Feliz Navidad, Prospero Año y Felicidad, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. It's 2 sentences. They are not. So growing up, I thought they meant the same thing, and they don't. I just kept being like, it's so weird. I guess that phrase means this.
Not quite.
So-
That
Close.
was like Prospero Año.
Close.
Must be from the bottom.
So, oh my God. So, the source of my power. So I give this song a familial A, but I give it a realistic C, and it's going to average an A because my Aunt Esther was the coolest lady I ever knew. So, her and my Nana. But we'll get to when I scream Holabas and I scream Gaelic jingle bells later.
Don't give it a C.
TK?
For me, it's a B. It's a loving B. Yeah, I mean, the real thing bringing it down is that it is 2 sentences. It's a little repetitive. But the vibes are immaculate. It's such a joyful, fun song.
As is the Gwen Stefani. You love Gwen Stefani.
Oh God, I forgot she did it.
It's a Spanish Christmas. I'm from California. Ooh, Vivian Westwood. Ooh.
I just saw her doing a cover of a performance of Holla Back Girl like very recently, and she could not be doing that voice anymore. If she sounds like she's doing an impression of you doing an impression of her. It is.
Oh my God, it's so out of control.
I'm gonna find it and send it to you because as funny as I think it is, it's like a South Park impression. Like I don't think.
Yes,
it is.
I don't think she actually sounds like that. Especially
It is the goat that is Stevie Nicks on South Park. Yes.
I don't think she sounds like that, especially in like before 2003. But it's so funny because now she does kind of sound like that. And I'm sending you this Holla Back Girl. It's absurd and insane. That's a terrible cover of this great song. Unfortunately, Selena Gomez's isn't good either. Camila Cabello, stay away. Oh boy. There's
Yeah. If only Selena lived long enough to give us one, I'm sure she might have killed it.
truly that would have been
They will do
ideal.
one
And I'm
as
trying. I know there's
Selena?
somebody else
No.
out there who I would love to hear cover it, but it's a really fun, beautiful song.
Bruno
Beautiful's the wrong
Mars.
word. But it puts a smile on my face. It's just like you objectively not an amazing song, but really solid beat.
I like Kevin McHale singing it on Glee, but he is white. He does get a minor pass for being a closeted gay dude at the time.
Handicapped man. Oh,
So, you know, being closeted gay in 2014 is not a handicap still.
No.
Wentworth
no.
Miller definitely collected disability.
Oh
for it,
my
though.
God, we just watched an episode of Party of Five. No, Time of Your Life with Wentworth Miller in 1999, and he is the faggiest fag to ever
No.
fag. And I
Kevo?
completely forgot how gay he was
Kevo?
before Prison Break.
Baby Kevo, tell me, who did we just see in an episode of Time of Your Life? What motherfucking Emmy nominated
Jennifer
Grammy
Lewis?
Jennifer Lewis. Jennifer Love Lewis is just running around an episode of Time of Your Goddamn Life like she's Jennifer Garner or something.
So again, thanks for that. It's Christmas there too.
This
Ooh,
one
Aaliyah would have put out a great Christmas song. Sorry, you're Tori.
Yes. No, she also would have gone too soon. R.I.P.
Yeah.
This one is also a B for me. I want to give it super. Andrew's got it. Is on it too.
No, that's what he was saying.
I have to give it super props for probably being the first time that mainstream radio at the time really got a song in half Spanish and that they liked.
Yeah.
It's this
So
and
I
La Bamba.
Yeah, I gotta give it up. I gotta give it up for that. I also, as a white person growing up, was devastated to find out that this wasn't a Hispanic Latino household approved joyous, wonderful time. And so I kind of have to give it a B for living in there where it no longer resonates as well as it used to.
Word. Yeah, same. I
Mhm.
think I'm gonna go with B because really great, but you know, not
And fun.
amazing.
Of all the repetitive songs, it is fun. And I also gave it a loving B instead of a C because of the recent video of those teenage choir boys singing Feliz Navidad, but changing the words to apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. And it is so charming. And so boys will be boys, goofiness. Highly recommend looking it up.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, let's get to Whamageddon.
I love George Michael. My love of Yog is well documented. I don't love this song. I think the song is kind of a B. But whether it's on Music from the Edge of Heaven or the final, you got this one way or another, but you got the pudding mix, and that is a good 2 minutes longer. So B for me.
Nice.
Nico, I'm curious. What do you think I'm going to say about this one?
Oh, I don't know. What are you thinking?
This is an X for me.
Ooh.
What? Which
hot
version?
take.
The
Hot take.
original?
No, it's Taylor Swift. He's a huge Swiftie head for this one.
Period. The song is an X for me.
Period.
Regardless of who performs it, the Wham version, absolutely an X for me. But XXX, quadruple X, more X's than one could ever give to anything ever. Jimmy Eat World.
Yes,
really,
I do
top-
love Jimmy. Eat
top 3
World.
Christmas songs of all time. I love Last Christmas. Last Christmas makes me so happy. That's yeah. This is an X for me.
This is an A for me because I do dislike how many people are jerks about it all the time.
Yeah, I hate the Whamageddon tallies and the people who scream about it. Like, that's just so unnecessary, especially because guess what? I don't think I got hit until last week, so relax.
Yeah, and also, like, I'm a purist. I play Whamageddon, and it has to be the Wham version. You have to hear the whole, like, you gotta get it. Anyway, I do like this one. I also, one of my favorite things about this song is when the movie came out a couple years ago with what's her face from the Game of Thrones and the
Emilia Clarke.
Yeah,
Amelia
Amelia Clark and everything.
yeah.
And they played the trailer, and I literally was sitting next to my mother in the movie theater, and I went, "Someone's dead." And she goes,
Yeah,
"What?"
kill me and give me your heart
And
at
I was-
Christmas.
And
the
I was like,
movie.
something in this editing, somebody's dead. I was like, I can't
Yep.
tell if it's him or her, but somebody is dead and may not know it.
Kill me and feed me
So-
your heart at Christmas, the movie. Yep.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
that's-
So this was, I enjoy it. I think it's I think this is one of those songs that Nico would call a good song. Like does the music thing really well. That's the part of the arts
It
that I
is
can't comment
technically-
on.
No, I mean it is technically pockable. I mean it is. I mean, structurally speaking, this is a great song, and like to talk about Yogg's vocals for just like half a second. I mean, he doesn't just go like once bitten and twice shy. It's the eloquence of the Motown slide.
Mhm.
Once bitten and twice. It's the breathy come up. That's like it's a stylistic thing. And like, I was making the joke to Kevo. We're gonna get to a Jonas Brothers song later on where I love that song. You can hate it. It does not upset me because I'm a blind Jonas Bro fan. I think they are incredibly talented musicians. But like, I joked that they must take turns deciding who gets to do the slide and who has to actually just go full voice, which I can only imagine is a problem that you have in I don't know, the musical version of 12 Angry Men.
When you say take turns, you mean flip a coin because Kevin's not doing anything.
He's hosting Claim to Fame, so final calls
watches,
on
he
Last
hosts.
Christmas.
No slides on Claim to Fame, except for into the pool, obviously. But
Kevo, what's
I'm-
your last Christmas?
I just want to be clear that I'm a Nico Scherringer Jai-Ho to Andrew's question.
Oh, you're a Joe-ho. We're definitely a Nico. Joe only maybe.
It's in the name.
You like Kevin more than me. I am torn between a B or a C for Last Christmas. I don't really like the original. It is a weird type of maudlin that I think the 80s had a lot of, and I was not of the age to identify with. I love the Jimmy Eat World version. There are versions that I love. But gosh, no. Something about the orchestration of the original, I don't super love it, which is funny because now I love vaporwave crap. Like, I was making TK watch vaporwave commercials with me while he was up here, while we were just chilling. So, you know what? Yeah, then I'm going to lean toward B because I think I need to give this further investigation. So we're gonna trend upward, and I'm gonna go B. Gosh,
Okay.
this one came out of nowhere. This one is like All I Want for Christmas Is You in terms of Jugglernopter.
So
in the
one time,
1990s.
a couple of weeks, I don't know, I've talked about it on air. I was helping a blind man cross the street and a toxic waste truck spilled over
I was
it-
gonna say that next, and then I was like, no, he's gonna tell a real story.
and it blinded
Nope.
me.
You know better.
And I grew up a really frustrated young man who studied under a strange guy, and I learned martial arts and how to sense the universe around me from my superpowers. And I think what I am getting to is I am no more Daredevil than this song is by Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So this song is by Savatage, who is actually a metal group. 3 of the members are actually members of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So the song got repurposed. I love this piece. I also think it's overused. I never want to see a light display to it ever again. A. Teak, what you got?
Yeah, it's an A for me too. It's really just fun. I don't experience it very much. I don't go to Christmas light shows. So like there's very few places I go where this could be overexposed to me. The most I have is it's always in that always is in that episode of The Office where it's one of the Christmas episodes. And anyway, I watch that every year because I watch all of the NBC Platinum era Christmas episodes every year. So that's when I hear it the most. But I think it's a great song. I think it's really fun. This is a great one too when you're going psyching yourself up to go to like the mall or a Costco during the holiday season where it's going to be really insane. You put this on in the car ride over to just feel like you're going into battle and that it's a Christmas battle of some kind. When they eventually make Klaus the movie, this will obviously be what plays during the trailer. Great. It's an A.
Oh yeah, this is the next for me. I have spent entire weeks just listening to this song on repeat. I love that that this isn't technically the title of the song. It's more the title of the concert that they were giving at the time as a celebration of peace in war-torn Sarajevo. I support a trans icon, and you can't tell me nothing about this song. I will listen to this song all day, every day. Can't be beat. One of my top 10 of all time.
My sister was super obsessed with this song. She was one of those people who fixated on certain pop culture moments, like that Zombie Nation song. She was really into that. Yeah.
Whoa. Let's go, Yankees. Anyway,
this is the Christmas version of that, is it not? Yeah. Quite a banger. And as far as their songs on this list, certainly higher than the other one is going to be. So I'm going to go with X.
Well, this marks the end of the top 10. So now, folks, ladies, gentlemen, and all of our royals across the spectrum, we're going to speed this game up just a little bit, and we're going to kick it into high gear. So,
we're going to try.
White Christmas, eat my dick. I love this song, but I also, in a lot of ways, never want to hear this song again. The movie is half a movie. The play is half a play. You need to combine White Christmas and Holiday Inn to get a complete picture of any single week in December. And unless you are an Airbnb giving me a free week because the guy who runs it had a camera installed in the bathroom, I am not interested in playing your game. So B.
B for me too. I hate this original version because Bing Crosby, but love the Goldfinger version. That is top tier on my Christmas list, and a fantastic alternative to the other ska abomination that covers it, Gwen Stefani. So I really do love the Goldfinger version of the song, and that's what's giving it a B. If it were just the Bing Crosby one, it would be a D probably.
I just need to be clear that if NoFX did a version of this, I would think it was top tier.
Totally.
The Bing Crosby, specifically himself, reminds me of my grandfather. I love anything he does. White Christmas is for me. If I had to pick another Bing Crosby song to do, it would be Christmas in Killarney. But this is an X for me. I'm easy. How about you, Kevo?
D.
Yes.
Tori, are you really not at that? I'm Kevo. I want to hear everything you have to say. But Tori, are you not a That's Entertainment lady?
Is that what are we referencing?
Bing sings it.
The anthology entertainment.
Oh, I know Bing as only a Christmas singer. I don't know any of his other stuff.
I know him
care.
as a dramatic musical actor with Sid Charisse and Anne Margaret.
Not a damn.
Yeah, I don't. And this is the other part where I have to remind everyone that my theater card gets revoked when it comes to MGM movies. I have seen almost none of them. So when someone's like, this was part of White Holiday Christmas Inn, I'm like, sure, that sounds like a thing.
I've never seen any of the Christmas ones either. Yeah,
just had a fight with my mother where I was like,
your fault.
99% sure it's Danny Kaye and Gene and Bing Crosby doing the Sister from Another Mister one, and then it's Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly in the other one. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't seen them, and I hear they're not the same.
They're not.
It's true. I hear one is they come back.
This is one like I'll Be Home for Christmas, where I wouldn't literally, like most Christmas music, I wouldn't literally nuke, except like Christmas Shoes, like we said, but we're not even going near that. But as far as like, this is maudlin, it's sad. I don't know that anyone can even zhuzh this one up to make me genuinely enjoy it. Would it be Christmas without hearing it? No, of course it would not. But, you know, for someone who gives a lot of X's, I'm going to go hard and say this is a D.
Does anyone else get upset if they don't include the preamble for White Christmas?
No, I don't. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's the palm trees sway and that whole stuff. A lot of when you hear on the radio and things, they cut out the preamble, which is about like Hawaii. Or something. Yeah, like or like
because he's in Hawaii, so he's dreaming of a white Christmas.
Yeah, he's dreaming of a white Christmas. He's in like LA or Hawaii, and that's the whole point of it. But yeah, the preamble is like, well, palm trees sway, and I'm thinking another white Christmas. There we go.
TK, I know you like a Sub-Zero Christmas as you live in Maine, but how do you feel about White Christmas?
I've said all I need to say on that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I missed your letter grade. All right, well then we're gonna move on. Rudolph. I feel bad, but like Rudolph, just kind of like any random folk song. It's like a B.
Yeah, it's a C for me. As you said, any random folk song. I this is the only chance I'll get to mention it. But of these, like little kind of like for kids Christmas carols, my fave is Frosty the Snowman, but unequivocally it is the Fiona Apple version. As soon as Christmas music time comes around, that is the first song I play. I love her.
I have a version by European dance jazz lesbians that I need to send you that you'll probably enjoy.
Is that the Cheeky Girls?
They sound like the Cheeky Girls, but they are actual artists. I don't know who they are. They played it at Banana Republic, so
I would love to hear it. Yeah, so I don't care about Rudolph, but it's not a bad song. It's just not for me. So let's see.
Yeah, this is an A because it's Gene Autry. It's one of my faves of the what I call the little kid songs that you're gonna hear at like a preschool Christmas pageant kind of stuff. It's Rudolph. What are you gonna do, Kevo?
Yeah, I'm gonna say C in this moment, because yeah, you know, it's Rudolph, it's classic, but it's also, you know, it's about bullying. And it's about your deformity needs to be, it's about the X-Men, basically. It's the X-Men. Yeah. Your deformity needs to be useful for you to fit into society.
Speaking of the standards of American classics, vocalist equivalent of Cyclops, Michael Bublé.
Ooh.
And it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. This is the first of 3. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmases we're going to talk about. And I gotta be honest,
that's wild.
This is the best. And I don't know, because like sometimes when I think about Bernadette, my problem with Bernadette is that like one of the harmony, Bernadette, yeah, one of the harmonies is a little shrill. And it's the time of the season for love.
Bernadette.
I want to hit quantize at 50% to one of those harmonies because it's like half a second late in a way that makes me want to die. And like some of the older versions of it's beginning to look like Christmas. The 1930s through 60s version of Miasma, which is, for those who don't know, was not being on the beat. And most older versions of it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas are often slightly late to look a lot like Christmas in a way that frustrates me. This one really good. So I give this one an A. The others will probably be B's, but it's also because I think Michael Bublé has never made a mistake in the month of December.
This is a D. I don't love this song, and Michael Bublé, I think, is the creepiest, weirdest, most off-putting crooner of the modern era.
I'm so glad this is the man that I model myself after.
I truly wish I never had to experience him in any capacity ever again. I would pay extra tax dollars. If that was Trump's other campaign promise, I would have voted for him.
You heard that? Charge the man.
Mother of
Please.
God.
Yeah, no.
Lock
D.
him up.
I'm actually I'll be canceling this tier maker and remaking it again so I can put F in, so I can put this song in the F category. Tori, what do you got?
Wait, hold on. Wait, I literally blocked him out. What is Vice couch fucker's name? I've literally blocked him out.
JD Vance. I forgot. I literally the other day was like, and then if he's not there, who are we left with? Oh, right.
Musk.
It's JD Vance.
Oh, right. No, it's
legally
not
legally
More?
it's JD Vance until Elon Musk becomes Speaker of the House. Anyway, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas by Michael Bublé. For me, it's a C because it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Not anything to do with Michael Bublé. Much like TK, I have a slightly softer version of his hatred. But I get the Michael Bublé. I get it. I've been around suburban moms. I know what they like. This just is not for me. He's not for me. And I wish him well, but I don't care about him, period. Kevo, what about you?
I think I'm also going to go with C. I get where Nico's coming from with his Bublé Christmas imp thing. And this song is another one that's sort of 50-50. It can be hit or miss. And I think they all combine well.
I just want to
hate
say,
that-
if Chad White came up to you and was like, I'm a Christmas bottom, you would be like, all right, snow.
Yeah, kind of. Exactly. It's the same. It's a pretty identical thing. I don't love the mom and dad can hardly wait for school to start again line. That I never like that, but there's always those one line in those old songs, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, this
Yep.
whole one. No.
D,
Burn
I
of
have nothing to
Fire.
say.
Oh, okay.
Nothing that is not a Christmas song will ever get an X from me. But to simply say it's old, it's Christmas. No, D, done.
Yeah, it's a D for me too. It creeps me out. It has nothing to do with Christmas. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. No, get her out of here.
No, Tori Spelling should not enter a spelling bee simply because she has the word
Oh my
spelling
God,
in her
Nico,
name.
that's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
It's
Right.
old and it feels classic, so it should be Christmas. I do not think so.
It's
You find
okay.
a new way to spell Christmas
this-
disestablishmentarianism.
All right. Well, go ahead, Kevo,
Is
because
this
I'll
like
get into
the
it.
first of the? This isn't actually a Christmas song, but if we say Christmas enough, we'll make it a Christmas song.
Well,
Christmas song.
to me, not so much because Greensleeves became What Child Is This so early that's why this is part of it.
Oh my God, you little historical minx.
I'm just saying,
Ah.
Greensleeves is from Anne Boleyn. What Child Is This is from back when Star Spangled Banner was written. So this
Over the
is Christmas
falls.
now. But if you want to say this is not a Christmas song because it's Greensleeves, then yes, you are. Yes, I agree. I love this song. I like little kids singing in choirs. It's a
Ah.
weird little, like, for Christmas. I like it for Christmas. I don't like it much elsewhere. But I do love it for Christmas. It gets me right in the heart. That's part of the reason why I like the Hanukkah song by Adam Sandler. He's got kids up there. Like,
And
it's
the
just
third one, yeah.
yeah,
That's the best one.
it's just I like it. I get overexcited for the third part of the canon to kick in, for the sitting in a sleigh part or something, Santa's sleigh. I forget, but it's the
That's
part
me
that
with both. That's me with Rhapsody in Blue. I almost said Blue Rhapsody, like I'm a Queen
Yeah.
fan. That's me with Rhapsody in Blue.
Yeah.
Get to that third movement, and I am so there.
Yeah. So, like, for me, actually, yeah, no, I made this an A. This did not get to be an X because Christmas in Sarajevo is just so much more better. What about you, Kevo?
It's a D for me. It's another one that I find kind of maudlin. I'm sorry. This one's just not quite so much for me. It sounds like it makes me think of those Diamond commercials in the 1990s.
Yeah. Every kiss begins with K. Really?
Yeah. Found those way too melodramatic. Those were like the Calvin Klein commercials. CK1 or whatever. No.
Putting that Folgers bow on your incestuous sister.
Oh my god. He's married to Dr. Joe Wilson on Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, he sure is.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right
they have,
now.
they have at least 2 children, so I have concerns.
Yeah, Hollywood's crazy.
But let's talk about the ruination of a great band.
Oh god.
Oh no. Or you're one of those?
I hate this
No,
song.
I fully blame John Lennon for whatever he
Thank
did.
God. I was so worried.
I mean, I don't like her music, but
Yeah, no, but
Well,
Yeah, she's terrible. She's just not responsible.
yeah,
I
she's
blame
not
all 4
responsible.
of them because
Yeah, exactly.
it definitely takes 2 people to ruin a marriage, and so like I definitely blame all 4 of them. I hate this song. I don't care. So growing up, Tori Amos was my number 3. My number 1 was Sarah McLachlan. My number 2 was Fiona Apple. And my number 3 was Tori Amos. And it was not until Scarlet's Walk that all readjusted. So when Winter Song came out, I was like, oh my God, Song for a Winter's Night. The song that introduced me to Gordon Lightfoot, who is like to this day, one of the 6 songwriters that I would say defines my songwriting spirit. And like, when Sarah McLachlan covered this, I thought to myself, this will make up for those stupid dog commercials. No. There, it turns out, is no good version of this song. This is the worst song by any Beatle, period. I have not heard every song by Ringo Starr. I imagine several of them are just Domino's Pizza answering messages. Hello, thank you. You've called the Liverpool Domino's Pizza. But I can't prove that because I don't have all of the Domino's numbers in the UK. I hate this song, D. TK, please tell me what you feel, and no matter what you feel, I will continue to subscribe to your OnlyFans.
It's a C because there are versions I like, and I like it up until they say war is over, which is horrible, and I should give it a D for that. Again, if there was an F, this would get a D for me. I think I don't think it is the worst Christmas song, again, up until War is Over. And Sensefield and Lights both do covers of it that I really enjoy, which is why it's a C.
Lights are so good. I had no idea you were a fan.
Oh, yeah. For one thing, I love her. And also, just like once a month, no matter what, she's featured on something. Just every month, she's doing
what a
vocals on
fucking
song.
hard worker.
Yeah, she's always doing something. They're never bad. Not all of them are amazing, but
the vocal is never the problem.
Yeah, no, it's never her. She just put out a single that's really good. And she's gorgeous. She's so cool.
She's so cool.
And she does a cover of the song, and I really do enjoy it. And again, Sensefield, another one who does a great cover of it. And the sentiment is horrible because, of course, war was not over, John. And you beat your first wife, so you're always disqualified in my eyes.
Well, war could be over, but apparently nobody wanted it. I gave this.
You're the best.
I gave this, this is the lowest B you could possibly get without being a C. I want to be very specific about why I did that. 1, it's a song that didn't exist before it. That's a huge plus in this category. 2, it's got a kids choir and they sound cute. 3, I like it a lot. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. Like I don't like it as much as other ones, but I find it charming and sweet and all those kinds of things. If I never hear "Happy Christmas, John. Happy Christmas, Yoko" ever again, I will, oh my God, my life will be changed. This probably should have been a C, but I have to give it that edge into B just for being a new song.
Yeah.
Kevo, what you got?
I'll give it that C for you then, because
you.
it's more like this is one of those songs, like I mentioned earlier, where it wouldn't be Christmas without it. But I'm not going to seek it out. It's not Christmas shoes. I'm not nuking it, but it's not something. Yeah, it's so many things.
I have to say, Christmas shoes never came up for me in life until I met you people, and now
it must be a tri-state thing.
It's part of my like a villain origin story in theater.
No, I definitely agree with Kevo. It must be a prostate thing.
We have so many weird niche New York-based like parody songs. There's offensive parodies of so many of the songs on this list. Feliz Navidad, Winter
Unless you
Wonderland.
suck cock to Scott and Todd, I just don't want to hear your opinions on anything.
Which one was gay? Elvis Duran? Anyway.
Yeah, still is.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes
Thank God.
Thank God.
When I think of the phrase, and don't forget to hang up your sock, I think about the fact that somehow this song did not come into my universe until I worked at this bank. And I worked at like 6 or 7 banks because banks paid really good and I was really handsome. And now I'm old. So life's hard.
Still really handsome.
You know, I posted a picture today and I definitely felt a little happy Christmas war is over. Might not be in my heyday, but definitely got some good reactions and felt pretty good about that. Hey, what's up, John? But I specifically think that when I think about coming into Christmas at 23, 22 years old, when this song kind of came to be something that I knew about, I think about how like I was at the point where I was forming my own kind of like holiday experiences and I was thinking about what I wanted to do. I never thought that I would need Maine to be part of my holiday experience, but winter in Maine is like literally the single most beautiful thing you've ever seen. And I did not understand how there could be experiences that you connect to your childhood, but like winter in Maine from like, and obviously TK has so much more experience and can let me know, but like for me, my experiences in Maine from like December 1st to January 31st, it's just Christmas up there. It's like, it is a parallel universe. And coming into Happy Holidays, the holiday season at like 23 years old and coming to find that this is like 2 separate songs that Andy Williams has fused together. I don't know. I'm just really positive on it. And it's something that I feel like changed my experience later on. TK, tell me about how you feel about like the idea of engendering later classics into your adulthood and how you feel about this song.
I would have to kind of think about the question of engendering later classics into my adulthood. I have no problem with this song, but it doesn't do anything for me. I'm the grade is a C, and it could probably be a B. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing hype about it for me. I have no connection to it. This isn't actually really even one that I know I've heard it before. It wasn't the first time I heard it when I pulled it up, but when I looked at the list of songs, I didn't recognize it, and I put it on. And I should really give it a B because it is not like, oh Jesus, I've heard this so many times, it's annoying. Which the other Andy Williams song that we already did got a C. In part because of that, and this one doesn't have that quality to it, so I should have given it a B. I did give it a C. It's just there for me.
Tori, if you heard this song for the first time and you heard the phrase so whoop-dee-doo and dickory-dee and don't forget on OnlyFans to show feet, that's just definitely a Remington steal for Tori. But Tori, how did you feel about this song, and what's your score?
Welcome back to Tori's childhood nostalgia. This is an A for me. I like the whoopie doop and dippity dops. I like the happy holidays. Like it sits comfortably in my limited singing range. So I enjoy it a lot. It's just a joyous one, and like it feels a little less. There was a point in time where I tried to like see if I could remove Christ from Christmas in my life, and this song gets to stick around because of it. So yeah, that's for me.
You and Johnny Mathis in 1986. Kevo, what you got?
Yeah, I feel like I generally enjoyed this one. I remember when you had that vendetta against the sock line for a very long time. But you come around when you remember how many things rhyme with sock. And it's a lot of fun. It's got a good beat. I think I'm gonna go A, because it's not quite an X, but it's pretty darn good.
Oh God, I feel bad. I hate this song. It's a D. I only wish there was an F minus. I hate when it sounds like Polynesian harmonies are distended through a horrible Victrola.
Never thought about that.
I love Elvis on this song, but everything else on it, I guess what I'm saying is this is an example where I would love Madonna's Hung Up without the ABBA sample.
This is an A for me. There are some great cover. The Elvis one is not my favorite at all, but
Go be sad.
I do. Yeah, I'm a sad boy, and I'm especially sad on Christmas. And that's what I bring to the table. The one that I love, the one that can do no wrong, my other sad boy, the boy who taught me how to be sad, Connor Oberst, does a phenomenal cover of this song.
Did you read that unbelievable article about how he tried to personally block the release of Creed's debut album on Wind Up Record?
I sure did.
Not the Irish kid from Glee.
No.
That article, along with Mark Tremonti, sings all of the Sinatra Christmas classics you've dreamt of, is my holiday wish.
Yeah, I mean, that is a great one. I think Sheryl Crow also does a good cover of this.
Okay.
And hold on. Yeah, Sheryl Crow does do a good. Yeah, yes, that is the other one.
God,
but
I don't know a whole lot of people who are like, no, I'll defend Connor Oberst right now because like he's just sort of like one of those people that like it's sort of like being like, oh no, oh Don Henley, he's a great classic rock artist. What are you talking about? Like it's sort of like one of those things. Like he is the father of Indian music. Like I hadn't even thought about the fact. Does he really have a cover of this?
Yeah, and it's fantastic. I'll send you a link. Connor Oberst taught me that there's no inappropriate time to get drunk when you're doing your job.
I mean, he's literally the father of indie modern music.
Yeah, he really is. He really took Elliott Smith's place when we lost Elliott Smith. And he taught me a lot about
Rufus is crying that you said that.
Rufus should have took a shower before he went on stage to open for Tori Amos.
Rufus should have took a shower before he recorded Hallelujah for Shrek.
Well, the whole other thing. I had problems way before that. But
Rufus should have took a shower. End of sentence.
But period. That was 100%.
Whatever.
But yeah, Connor Oberst, I love you very much. Thank you for encouraging me to be very sad all the time. I've taken the lessons to heart and have kept up the practice.
That is the dreamiest man on the internet. Tori, what do you think?
I'm an Elvis girl. I have been. It's one of those things I don't talk about much because I understand how deeply problematic he is in many circles. But I love Elvis. I am the #1 fan of Cage Club's Elvis podcast. I love Blue Christmas.
I just want to say Joey is the single handsomest nerd on the entire internet ever in the history of the world. Okay, continue.
So I love Blue Christmas. I always prefer Silver Bells, but I also have to remember that and I don't think it's on this list, but the Silver Bells. Oh yeah, Andy Williams' Silver Bells makes me think that it's Elvis singing it, and it's not. We'll get there eventually. But I love the song. This is an X for me. Obviously, I love Elvis. It's a nostalgia thing. One of the woman we called her our babysitter, but she kind of raised us. Elvis was a diehard. Like went to see impersonators. Like I knew Elvis was dead. I didn't know nothing about nobody else on the oldie station. I knew two things. I knew John Lennon was dead, and I knew Elvis was dead. I was pretty sure the Temptations were still 17 in 1995. Like, that's where I lived. I loved Elvis. So Blue Christmas is very special to me. How about for you, Kevo?
I don't know.
Hmm.
It's so sad.
It is sad. It is a sad song. But if you just give in to the idea that all of Christmas is sad.
Exactly, Tori.
And it's cold. Because it's dark and it's cold and we're all trying to think of others for the first times in our lives. Christmas is sad.
Isn't Christmas just cozy and cuddling up and kissing the guy you love?
No, Christmas is sad. Christmas
best
is
I can
wishing
give you
for
is a
more.
C. Best I can do is a C.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. C for Christmas.
X. I don't want to have a conversation.
Yeah,
X.
yeah.
Okay,
Let's
interesting. Interesting immediate hot takes. I was curious how this one was going to go.
Oh, I love this song. Go ahead, Nico. Tell us why. And then we'll get to TK, who'll tell us why not. And then we'll get to me, who will tell us more why. And Kevo, who will... And it's honestly a wild card on this one, I think.
Pew, pew, pew.
No, I won't defend this song. It needs no defense. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a tour de force in why Theodore T. Geisel is one of the greatest literary minds of our time. It is a tour de force in why Thurl Ravenscroft, the guy's got S's in places you can't expect.
He's great.
You know, he's exactly as Tori was hinting, Tony the Tiger, but he's also I think a third of the voices in the Haunted Mansion. He is one of the greatest voice actors of all time, and this is one of the greatest specials of all time. This is up there with The Grinch. I'm sorry, this is The Grinch, which is up there with Peanuts. In terms of like things that are like legitimately perfect, I kind of think Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I think anything with claymation automatically adds a sense of like Shakespearean tragedy, but like the straight up animated stuff, the saddest thing that happens in like How the Grinch Stole Christmas is Sonic gets kicked out of the spinball machine. Like it's not a bummer. Like everybody, Mufasa's fine. He only made $35 million this week, but Mufasa's fine. The Grinch, no matter what happens, perfect film, perfect storybook, and the soundtrack's pretty flawless. I give this one an X. I don't know.
TK gonna be over here like, I don't know. They made the Grinch change who he was. And
F for faggot. I just...
This is an X for me, you fuckers.
I knew from your face you were gonna wild card this.
I love.
I would
this
have
song.
never said
I love this
F for
movie.
faggot if you were actually hateful.
No, you would say it, but it would be.
You would,
By
and
the
you
way.
could, and you should. No, I love the Grinch. I love
the Grinch is a fag.
the animated Grinch. Jim Carrey Grinch is a fucking abomination,
Amazing.
except for
I love it.
Christine
Christine
Baranski.
Baranski.
Yeah, just a game changer.
Well, she's been a Who since 1986, so...
Yes. Yeah, I love this song. This is a great one to just get absolutely schmammered and sing like you're this dude singing it. Yeah, I love the Grinch. This is a great song. This is such a quintessential Christmas song that yet, you know, it's not a standard. It doesn't pull from any of the like tropes of Christmas music. It's just a blast.
No.
I love it.
This is obviously next for me. I love this song. As I mentioned, we make baritones and basses in my family, and my father will pull a thorough Ravenscroft and bring it on this one. I love this soundtrack so much. I would play both the regular You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, and the one with the built-in interstitials. I just think it's such a joy to get to be mean at Christmas, because it's so rare. We never get to sing about being mean at Christmas, as opposed to like condemning meanness, like just being like, no, you're a jerk, Mr. Grinch. I just think it's so fun. I think there needs to be a cover somewhere that's sexier from Martha May Houvier's world. I love the Jim Carrey Grinch version. I also recognize I think Jim Carrey is hotter than the sun at all times. So
yes,
and I hear that people like the Benedict Cumberbatch one, which is fascinating.
Oh,
me.
beautiful art. So
yeah, people seem to really like. They say it's really good, which is funny
he's got
because
the
when
voice for it.
he does, and when it came out, everyone was like, "Why is this happening? This is gonna be terrible." So I'm glad that people like it. This is one of those that you watched all the time with Peanuts and with the claymations. Like, obviously, this is the best. You got this, Kevo.
And that's one of those things where I am Kevo and I'm putting on my, staunchly in favor of reboots, remakes, recaps, reambles, remodels, all of these things. Because, the Grinch especially is one who, if you are not aware of the history of this television special character, what was the thing that I shared to one of you knuckleheads the other day? It was the Halloween special of the Halloween Gets Grinched or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, that was something they did. I had on VHS a special that had aired on CBS or something, The Cat in the Hat Gets Grinched, which I would love to see. Yes, I am still with you, you jerk.
Yeah, this has been doing this a lot lately. I'm upset with.
No,
with
it's fair.
Tear
It's
Maker
fine.
today.
I would love to see live action Mike Myers face off with live action Jim Carrey in Cat in the Hat versus the Grinch. I think that would be wildly entertaining. And so I also really love it, and that is why I am in favor of whoever wants to do a remake of the Grinch. But I'm sure Benedict did a great job. This isn't necessarily an X for me because it's not something I want to listen to all the time, but I'm gonna go with A.
I think this next song is an A. I love this song, but I also think it's kind of silly. One of the things that's really tough about late 70s music is that so much of it was like, oh my god, how many digital beep beep sounds can we stick into a single song? And so there are points of this song where you'll be listening and it'll be just kind of like simply having, and you'll just hear
and that was not Yoko Ono sneaking into the studio.
No, it was Linda. And so
Linda
through a vocoder darkly.
God, what a tough version. And so I think this is an A, but I think it's a lovely song that is produced to literal death.
That is the perfect thing. I give it an A too, and it's exactly that. This version, at the end of the day, kind of sucks. It's so weird because it starts every time I go to re-listen to it. It starts and I think it's going to be a totally different song. It really sounds like kind of a sexy banger. And then when it actually starts playing, all of the depth and all of the bass and all of the drums go away. And it's just silly little, really thin synths and Paul McCartney's silly little, very thin voice. But then there are actually 3 covers of this song that I absolutely love. Kelly Rowland, The Shins, and Jars of Clay all do versions of this song that I think they took the writing, what I realized is phenomenal writing by Paul McCartney, and did what they needed to do to produce a really phenomenal version of the song. And for me, that's why it gets an A.
Yeah, so this is a B for me, much like War is Over. It's fine. I enjoy the memification of it, where they're like, if you just imagine that it's a bunch of witches getting together that are interrupted by someone, you can have a little more fun with it. The moon is right, the feeling's up. Like it's a lot more fun.
It's a pagan
charming.
chant, yeah.
Yeah, it's charming, it's sweet, it's Paul McCartney. It's fine. Kevo, what about you?
I think I'm going to go with another B. It's fun, but I've also seen a lot of memes recently pointing out the infinite refrain of simply having a one, simply have forever and ever and ever. Yeah.
If you want to auditory waterboard somebody, this is a good song to do it with.
Yes, just that over and over and over again. You're the man now, dog. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a B.
It's really tough because, I really get how I think this is Johnny Mathis's fourth Christmas album. I think it's his first album of non-secular or secular. I always get them confused. I feel like I learned that at second grade, where I learned regardless, irregardless, sure. So I get secular and non-secular confused all the time. I believe this is Johnny Mathis's first non-religious complete record. This is a C. He didn't add anything. It might even be a D. This is just not a special version of a song I really love. And if maybe a ton of people hadn't done an equally cool version beforehand, I'd care, but this is just a C.
It's a C for me too. This to me is better than the Bublé, but it's still kind of like Wonderful Christmas Time, really thin. It just feels like really weak production all around, and not and it feels very late 70s, early 80s. And it just,
even though it's mid to late 80s.
Yeah. And it just kind of doesn't feel up to how great I think Johnny Mathis is. So, whatever.
Yeah, this is a B for me, just because it's up against Bing Crosby later. Sorry, not sorry about it.
Ooh.
Kevo, what you got?
That's a really good point, especially about Bing. I don't know. There's something about his voice on this version that kind of gives me the creeps. So I'm gonna go with C.
Have you guys ever known a guy who I don't know, maybe he just he's really good in bed, or maybe he's just really gorgeous, or he is so good at guitar nobody cares? That is Bruce Springsteen doing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. This is not an actually good version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It is a really hot guy doing a really fun thing.
Well,
this is
first of all, have you heard of this small local artist, Bruce Springsteen? He mostly sings about his hometown and hangs out with the guys he went to high school with. Yeah.
I will say, Kevin, Nico, this is the first time I've heard this song, not the live version.
Yeah, I give this a resounding B, but this is just sort of like any Christmas song being Christmas. TK, what you got?
This is a personal one. I have a very weird relationship with Bruce Springsteen and very weird family connections to Bruce Springsteen. And I hate Bruce Springsteen, not for anything that he has done. And I fully recognize how talented he is. It has nothing to do with anything that he or any other member of the E Street Band has done wrong. It has to do with my fucked up family. But this is not a D for me because I'm not a fucking monster, but it is a C.
This is an X for me. I love this song. I love the joy. I think I originally thought that this was just like them fucking around at a concert one Christmas season and came up with this. And to find out that it's like from an album. I'm like,
like the
okay.
Ride With Me moment from Glee, but no, it's not.
Yeah. So I love this. I love have you been playing real good so Santa can bring you a new saxophone? Like I just love it. It's just fun and joy. So that's it for me. Number X. What about you, Kevo?
I think I'm gonna go B. There's stuff I love about it. There's stuff I find about it. I think I get more what I want of this concept from Jingle Bell Rock. But it's one of those things where I like when two songs sound very similar, because then that's just more of the first song that you liked. But not really. So I'm gonna go with B.
I love that.
Ooh.
That brings us to my first, you are dumb if you do not appreciate this. You cannot give it an X, and there's nothing wrong with you. But to discount the quality of what Charlie Brown Christmas did for, I guess the way to say it would be basic dumb white people understanding jazz is so important. This is an X. You can even give it a D and just sort of feel like it sounds like the theme song to Will and Grace. But this is, for me, an X.
A for me. The only reason it's not an X is because I don't really have a much of a personal connection to it. My family happened to not be a Charlie Brown screening family, so I didn't come to it till I was much older. And while I find it really charming and sweet and heartwarming, there's just kind of a slight disconnect for me. But nothing that would lead me to think it is not just an adorable, really sweet song.
Yeah, this is an X for me. The Peanuts was one of those things that I shared with my grandparents. It's very sweet. I'm not crazy, right? There are 2 Charlie Brown Christmas specials. Yeah, one with hockey stick and one with the tree. Okay. I loved watching the special as a kid. I love when Linus gets up and tells the Christmas story straight. I mean, it's literal Bible verses. He's just reciting. It's one of those things like reading the Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus letter that just takes me out. Just can't get through it. Sobbing hysterically. It's just one of those things for me. So this is obviously an X tier. What about you, Kevo?
I have never seen this special.
Really?
Really?
You want the DVD? You want the DVD?
Sure
we can bring you the
somewhere.
DVD.
I'm more of a Muppet Christmas person.
Oh,
I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah, I didn't do Muppets Christmas Carol till 2014, so yes, I get it.
Oh wow, that's crazy. No,
I went on a
was
Christmas
quite away
Carol
on that
tour.
one.
They kept talking about sleeping and Mises, and I was just like, I guess I gotta watch this.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of the parts from it over the years, and so much so that there are things I've now forgotten that I learned that still have not seen. But like the speech, I forget sometimes because again, didn't see it. I've watched the entire Scrubs clips from the Charlie Brown Christmas special set to the cast of Scrubs saying lines to it. Does that count? No, not really.
Sure.
But no, this definitely falls into the category of one of those. It's a unique sound that has become so synonymous with Christmas, but isn't like anything else. So definitely going to give it an A.
I even really love what I gained from. So anybody who wants to hear a really excellent conversation on why Sexy Baby Christmas is really important, last year Tori gave an unbelievable reason for it, and I am so glad for what I learned. I still think Santa Baby is kind of a B. I don't know that she even goes hard enough. She's sort of like Santa baby. It's not like Santa baby. And then she doesn't love the Madonna.
Oh yeah,
All right.
she's very firm.
Ooh,
I love that.
Fascinating, because I have a different take. Keep going.
Yeah, for
Oh.
me, it's just both like sexy and not sexy enough. I give it a B. I'd love to hear everybody else's take on it.
I give it an A. It is a really this is one that I'm like, I wish more people would cover this song. Like, this is absolutely, I want to hear Sabrina Carpenter. And I love the Madonna. The Eartha Kitt original is phenomenal. It's just it is a great song. I'm not so insane as to be like, it is clearly top tier songwriting, but like the cunty little string section, come on, give me a break. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's good. This is the good stuff.
So for me, this is an A because my definitive Santa baby is the Madonna.
Yeah.
I respect the hell out of this song. I respect Eartha Kitt for bringing it. She's doing a great job on this. Here's the problem. When I think of Eartha Kitt, I don't think of the baby voice. And this is the only version where I think the baby voice ain't it. And I would have loved to hear Eartha Kitt do with her gravelier, older voice version of just like of that kind of thing. But it's still Santa Baby, and I think that it sets up for everyone else to do the baby voice is very important and is very exciting for everyone. So I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to myself, because let's be honest, we were all having a little too much fun last year, and I don't really remember what I said anymore.
Well, I love that. But speaking of people who I always remember what they said, Kevo, how do you feel about Santa Baby? And do you hope he hurries down the chimney tonight?
Well, my favorite version of Santa Baby is obviously Annie Edison from Community.
Yes.
She's a sexy Christmas baby. Mistletoe for Edie tastes good. It pokes fun at the concept because it is such a wild concept. I really want to mock every guy that changes it to Santa Buddy. Just nut up and give Santa a lap dance. He deserves it.
Come on.
Truly.
You sat on his lap when you were little. Give it to him now.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. It's an interesting one. B for baby.
I love it. And I can't wait to get to the end of our top 25 with our next track. The Eagles, it's tough for me because I think Don Henley is like, top 32nd.
Wait, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Oh, God, another
Number
one.
3.
We've done this so
Bing
many
Crosby.
times. We can zip right through this one.
B, because I still want to hear it again. I feel so bad, but like, this was not the first one I knew as a kid, I don't think. I think I just knew it from like singing it in church. B.
D, because again, I really don't like the song, and Bing Crosby was an abusive parent.
This is an X for me because of Bing Crosby. Another of Tori's problematic faves from the 50s. Kevo.
Hey, you didn't make them. They just existed. I'm going to go with B. It's one of the ones that I tend to like more. But, also a terrible person, so B for beating. Eagles.
Now.
I thought this was Baby Please Come Home. Christmas.
Yeah, that was my
I got
dream.
so excited, and then I did not love this song as much.
No, it's basically there's Darlene Loves Baby Please Come Home, and then there's every blues song that Fiona Apple covers, and this goes in that latter category. I don't think Don Henley's ever made a mistake with being sexy. I'm sure he's made a number of terrible mistakes. I'm sure he's been really mean to some valet drivers, but like, I just love the Eagles more than is appropriate, and I can't tell you why. So I'm gonna stop now before I try and make a Hotel California joke. But I give this song genuinely a B. It's a cover. And it's a cover of white guys trying to be just so soulful and so full of incredible blackness, and they are not. They're full of unbelievable whiteness, and the beautiful blackness that they are trying to conjure does not necessarily come through in their cover, nor does it come through in Funky New Year, no matter how much I like it. Anyone else?
I also give it a B, and it is specifically because, yeah, you already pointed it out. I thought I was going to get the stage to myself for this one, but the Fiona Apple live KCRW Christmas cover of it from, like, I want to say 97 even, it might be 98. That is another one that when the Christmas music comes out, that is an immediate play. She's so good. I so wish she had done some kind of studio version, or there was a cleaned up version, because the audio is not fantastic on that. But it is so good, and it is, for me, like, I mean, I've been listening to it for like almost 3 decades now. It is one of the quintessential holiday songs that, like, makes me feel in the Christmas spirit in any way. And so while I cannot give that one the X it deserves, I will meet in the middle and give the Eagles version a B in support of Fiona Apple.
This is an X because it's one of the songs that that we would play a lot also, just because it was a little jazzier, it was a little newer, it was a little more fun.
I'll do all 55 for you later.
Yeah. I will say though, Kevo, at the top of the Wikipedia article for this song is "Please don't confuse with Darlene's Love." Baby, please come home. So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I didn't know it was a cover. I didn't realize it was the Eagles. Could not have told you it was the Eagles ever. And I just enjoy it. It's just fun. It's one of those, like, we liked classic rock in my household, so this is what we had. Kevo.
I'll give it a C, for I will come back to it.
All right.
This last group of songs, it's about 13 songs, and they did not make the top 25. So we're going to speed through these a little faster than we've even sped through what we just sped through. We did 15 in the time it took us to do 10, and I bet we can do 10 in the time it takes us to do 5.
All right, relax, Speedy.
Well, considering this is 13, we'll see what happens. Sleigh Ride, this is an A or an X. I'm going to give it an X, but I think I know it's an A. It's just a great song, and it's a great arrangement. This is the second version to use this particular do-lang kind of arrangement. It's super great. It was originally featured on a single and a compilation, but honestly, it's gone on to be one of the most defining pieces of the Ronettes' discography.
Yeah, it's an A for me. It's this is one that's always putting a smile on my face.
TK, you might want to check your audio. It was a little funky, I think. Unless
sorry about that.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
A.
Okay. Well, yeah. A for me. I love it.
Yeah. Yes, it's an X for me. I love the Ronettes. I love Sleigh Ride. I apparently love a Phil Spector produced item. I don't love a Phil Spector produced anything else.
Specifically the murders.
I know,
certainly not
right?
anything out.
Lot of murders. So big fan. Highly rec. Love it. Kevo?
No, but yeah, A. Everybody loves a good, nice twist on a classic.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this is one of those things where when you learn that this is the name of this song, kind of mind-blowing. I don't know if I qualify this one as Christmassy, though.
This is the second biggest sin on this list. Of course, the biggest being Hallelujah, as earlier mentioned. The song is an X, but the inclusion on a Christmas countdown, B at best.
It's a B for me too. I love it, but I don't. It doesn't feel Christmassy, and I have like I said, I have no connection to it anyway. It's a sweet little song, but I just. I don't. That's not a Christmas song to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an A for me. I will admit that when I hear the do 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 do, like I'm thinking of Linus and Lucy in the Christmas special. Like that is what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking of a generic Peanuts other item. So for me, this does not click in my head as not Christmas. But I get why it truly actually isn't. It just happens to be included because it is such a recognizable piece of the Peanuts discography. Kevo, what you got?
It's just one of those things that is so funny that it is the theme for Peanuts. That it's just what we associate with Peanuts. But if that's the origin, you really just can't help it. But no, don't really think of it as Christmas. I would love to hear someone zhuzh it up a little bit, make it a little more Christmassy with like sleigh bells and all that crazy crap that we always talk about. See what that sounds like. It might be out there, so I'll let you know. I'm gonna go with B.
Honestly, Michael Bublé adds about as much to Have a Holly Jolly Christmas as The Lion King adds to Macbeth. Sure, it's a fun take, but I don't think it really adds anything to the Shakespeare. And I meant no, it's Macbeth.
You did. You meant Hamlet. You meant.
I
Hamlet.
did mean Hamlet. God damn it!
Don't say it in the theater.
It's okay. It's okay. I was like, wow. So Robbie really did take him out, though.
Fucking talking cats. This is just not like a version of a song that I need. I give this a B, but it's not because it's bad. It's just because it doesn't add anything. How about you, TK?
D. Eat shit, Michael Bublé.
Great, he sucks.
Yep,
Tori, what do you think?
This is a C, just like the other Michael Bublé. It ain't for me, dog. What's up for you, Kevo?
I would need to re-listen, but I think I'm gonna go with C for now because I do still like the song, but I don't think that he adds to anything to it that isn't in the original.
All right. No, X, you're stupid. This is the single best Christmas song since Mariah Carey decided that she wrote a song when she was 8 years old. I think Kelly Clarkson should be president, and if you voted for Trump, you're an idiot. You should have just, if you wanted to be red, you should have voted for Kelly, because then you would have been wrapped in red. She is Miss Independent. This is an X plus 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 plus. I only wish that D plus was Kelly plus. I only wish the Paramount plus was Clarkson plus. And I would throw away an entire Hulu for Killu. That's that.
Yep, took all the words out of my mouth. My only thing that I can say about this is I don't understand why it's not more popular. This, like, I love to Mariah, and this would be like a very untucked moment for me to say this, and Mariah would freak out at me and say I was a horrible person. But I wish that she could take some of the market share from All I Want for Christmas Is You, because it's had it for so long. And while it should continue to be just a Christmas classic forever, Underneath the Tree just should be that song for a few years. It's so good. I really hope people come to I mean, obviously it's on this list, but it should be so much higher. Oh God, I love it so much. Every time it gets me going.
Yeah. This is an A for me, only because it doesn't have nostalgia. It is the highest of the highest you could possibly make an A. I enjoyed a lot. I think actually the whole album is quite good. I was told, go listen to this album. It is an excellent Christmas album. And I came away with really loving Underneath the Tree. I think it's fun. I think it's a bop. I think it's just a great time all around. It just doesn't have that nostalgia level for me to put it into X.
This has a delayed nostalgia for me now because we didn't listen to it so much. It wasn't a giant thing that we listened to at the time, but we really rediscovered it a couple of years ago, like at the very beginning of crawling our way out of Pando, and it became like an anthem going forward from that. So I think of it in terms of that as being nostalgic, and so I'm going to go with X.
This next one is tough for me. I grew up in a church folk group. I sang a lot of Christian Catholic, sort of like, to hear somebody who knows how to blow this song out of the water sing it is an X times a zillion. It's an X-Men, as it were, which obviously everybody knows that means the X-Women. But their version just, it leaves me fucking cold like Broadway Broderick. TK, what you got?
What's your grade?
C. It's a
Okay.
great song, but it's not for me.
I'm gonna give it a C too. I really do respect how talented they are and what they have managed to do with their voices and the absolute industry they have created out of this group. This song, for one thing, all religious Christmas songs creep me out. I think they're all insanely creepy. I've never experienced religious Christmas. So that's a problem. That's a me problem. That is 100% me. No judgments. If you do not feel that way, that is my ick. That said, this one, they do extra creepy. I can't tell if they want to fuck Mary, if they are about to kill her. It's very threatening and ominous, but maybe even a little bit sexy. I do not know what to do with it. Leave that poor woman alone. She just gave birth. It's very, very weird, but even still, despite all that, they're so vocally talented. So I don't want to give them a D, but it is not more than a C for me.
Tori, I think you intimated that you might be a D earlier.
Yeah, so this is a D for me. I will have to say, I love a pentatonic. I love an a cappella. I think they're amazing vocalists. I think the arrangement is fantastic. In growing up Catholic, I did not hear this song ever in my life. I came to it as a full adult with people being like, haha, Mary, did you know? And I'm like, what? And they're like, Mary, did you know? And I go and listen and I go, the fuck is this? This is
Mary.
shit.
Not in Cranford, honey.
Did you know?
Not in Cranford, honey.
Not in Cranford. No. I was like, oh, this must be one of those Protestant Christmas songs.
Too loud,
that they
too joyful.
have. And so for me, I think it's both creepy. It's also like a deep misunderstanding of the general story of Christmas, which is that Gabriel shows up and tells Mary what's going to happen. And then she moves forward. And you can say, hey, did Mary actually believe the dream she had with the angel or not? Unfortunately, the text does not say that Mary had a thought inside of her head. So this is where we're at. I think it's a weird song. I've never enjoyed it. I have zero nostalgia for it. And I think it's creepy as hell. I want no part of it. Thank you for coming to my Tori talk. Kevo, what about you? Other Cranfordian.
Yeah, no, same. I also don't really have any experience with this song, and I appreciate what everyone else is saying about giving them credit for their vocal performances, but I will do that on a different song, not this one. I think I'm gonna D it. If I want to hear a pop song about Mary, I would rather hear Boney M's Mary's Boy Child, Oh My Lord. So no one? That's okay. They did it on Glee.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Well,
I'm happy for you.
So to the next one. So sorry, Kevo. Santa, tell me, this is an A. I just think this is fun. This is just good old-fashioned Ariana being Ariana. The video is fun. She's just lovely. I don't always think that everything she does is lovely, but this song is an A. So big fan.
I will give it a B because it is actually a good song and it is fun and it's fine. I think Ariana Grande is evil and a horrible person, and I don't think she deserves good things, but this is about the song, so B.
This song falls in that range of years where I wasn't listening to the radio because I was out and about and only had my phone with me. So I did not really know about this song until like very recently. And I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
It's just not at that like level of like nostalgia. And also this is like in those years where Ariana's like, her vocals are still good. Her enunciation is terrible, but they've decided to push forward like everything behind her so that she sounds smaller inside of it to match the fact that nobody else on the radio knows how to sing. And so I hate that with a fiery passion. So that's why it is only a B for me, but it is a very high B. Kevo?
I think I really hear more on this one, definitely, where it doesn't have quite as much a nostalgia factor for me. It is so recent. It's also one of those ones like Mistletoe and like a few others where it is this sexy Christmas vibe that I don't know. I don't know how much that I don't know how much longevity those tend to have. It was cute. This is the first time that I'd heard it, though. This isn't one that I ever really heard before. So I'll give it a B for now, but I'm not sure it's one that I'm going to continue listening to on my journey forward.
Which I think is even really reasonable. You know, I think that that's kind of like, for me, most covers of Run Rudolph Run, which often gets covered as Run Run Rudolph. Unless you are in one of his ladies' rooms, I wouldn't worry. This song is just kind of fine. But also that was just kind of a dig at Chuck Berry being kind of not a cool dude, and we kind of let that go because it's Christmas time, and also the Back to the Future reference. But I give this song a B. It actually doesn't inspire me. It's not the greatest song in the world, but it's fun. TK, how about you?
It's an A just because I have some particular Christmas memories from it but I fully recognize it's not an amazing song or anything.
Tori, what do you think?
This is next for me, just for strictly nostalgia factor. Love it. I recognize that it is another thing where we just slapped some Christmas lyrics on a previous song and rolled out, but it works really well. Sorry, Kevo.
Run Rudolph Run. I like this one. Sorry, lost my train of thought. It's so I'm having trouble focusing on the song right now. I think I'm gonna go with A, just off the top of my head, because it's one of those fun ones that I really like a lot. You know, this one is not one that's gonna get any kind of good points for me, though.
I even really like a lot of covers of it. Specifically, the Kelly Clarkson is a lot of fun. It's very engaging. It's got a really strong vocal line, but it's not my single. I hate this. A D. I don't even want to get into it, but like, what Hallelujah is about is not a Christmas song, and it is not an overproduced, overdramatic Christmas song where you thought about going every time you sang. It was about kind of meaning something, and I am not trying to be Paul McCartney about a Nike ad, but this definitely did not carry the spirit of Christmas. And while the arrangement certainly indicates that the group is talented, it is not my Christmas song. TK, what do you think?
It's also a D for me. It's not a Christmas song, and again, like I don't. It's so weird. I really think Pentatonics are very talented, and maybe if this hadn't been produced to be on a Christmas album, it would have been different. But they sing it creepy. They're doing it wrong, and especially like it gets better in the middle, but it starts off and the vibes are just atrocious, and I just cannot do it. So yeah, it's a D.
Yeah, this is a C for me because the singing is lovely. I like Pentatonics. I like the idea. I like the song itself. I don't think it's Christmas. I think it's appalling to make it a Christmas song, just in general, for what the people who were writing it for, who were creating, what their lifestyles and wants would be. I doubt very much that this is what it was an imagination of. It doesn't even have anything Christmassy to do inside of it. So, this is a C. Kevo?
I think about the Christmas concerts that we've gone to that I've complained about recently, whether it was Postmodern Jukebox or Drag Race Christmas, where half of the show, not really, but half of the show felt like it was not Christmas music. And so this is one of those songs that I feel is in that category of something that you try to pass off as a Christmas song to round out the numbers of a fuller performance where you want to give more than just Christmas. But no, it's really not. I don't think it's necessary. I would rather hear some other Christmas songs by them than either thing that we've been given so far. No, this
I'm
for
sure
me is definitely also a D.
I'm sure they crush like "Oh Holy Night," and to me, like if you
Yeah.
whatever this song would evoke in an audience can be taken over by "Oh Holy Night." Easy.
They probably
peasy.
do a really jiggy version of Carol the Bells. Hark how the bells. Like they do something really funky like that. But these are their tops. That's not for me.
And that's even kind of where I'm coming from on this not really landing as a Christmas track. It doesn't do enough for me. And speaking of doesn't do enough for me, Deck the Halls by Nat King Cole. This is no more Deck the Halls in a definitive way than any children's choir is. This is a B, but not because it's bad. TK, how do you feel?
Similarly, it's not bad. It's there. And Nat King Cole just has one of those great voices that's so great for Christmas, but this isn't remarkable.
Yeah, this falls under the same thing for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like if someone was like, "Tori, sing Deck the Halls," I'd be like, "Deck the Halls." Like it's Nat King Cole that I'm doing.
Yeah.
So like that means something, but I can only give it an A because I'm like, this is one of those like, preschool songs. So there's nothing to it. Kevo?
Yeah, it is one of those you need to hear it at Christmas, but you don't necessarily want to or need to seek it out because it's always going to be there. It is ingrained. Let's go with B.
Nice.
I get that this next one sucks for everybody else. I wish this was written by somebody else. I wish somebody else sang this. I love this song. I'm sorry.
Aren't we going to have to deal with her enough right now? We're going to deal with her in 2 weeks on Drag Race.
I understand that at times we think of her as a bad piece of plumbing that needs to be repaired.
Wow.
But when she is not the thing that is carrying away our shit, I think that Katy Perry is a pretty good songwriter, and I love this song. And it is a tough situation that it was recorded and performed by somebody so terrible. TK, what you got for this one?
Well, what's your grade?
I give this one an A. I wish I could give it an X, but the problem is Katy Perry is the garbage dump of weakness.
I wish it were a little bit better. I'm gonna give it a B. Here's what I will say. I had to go look up the credits because if Dr. Luke had produced this, it would have to get a D. But it's not produced by Dr. Luke. It's produced by Greg Wells and Ferris Alkazi. Katie did some of the work that I like best from her with Ferris Alkazi, including what I think is a fantastic song that she doesn't get enough credit for, which is Bon Appetit. And he has produced some other work that I think is really good, and it's just this revisiting this song to do this was a reminder that like Katie has had other collabs. She doesn't have to work with Dr. Luke. She absolutely did not have to work with Dr. Luke on this album, and somebody like Ferris Alkazi would have made a really interesting, fantastic collaborator who feels a little more like he's in tone with that residency aesthetic that she had, that I was like, okay, if that's her vibe, if she really pulled that going forward for the future, I could see her having a really good comeback. And I thought that's what we were going to get, because the new album came right out of the residency, and instead we got what we got, which is terrible. But this song feels right in that same zone. I don't love like lyrically and like the patter of the song quite where it goes. I wish it were a little bit different, but it's actually surprisingly good. So it's a B for me.
So this is a D because I have zero nostalgia. I don't care for Katy Perry. I guess it's a fine song. I mean, this is closer to the Katy Perry that I liked. It's not as frustrating as a lot of her more recent stuff. But for me, it just wasn't it. If I never heard it again, I wouldn't be sad. Kevo?
I think this is one that I'm likely to seek out and give more of a shot to. So I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it next year, but I think I'm going to go with B for now. Because I was very charmed by it. There are a lot of more modern ones that I do enjoy. So this might be added to my repertoire.
For this next double dose, it's sort of like two classics that I feel like maybe don't always get the treatment that they deserve for being classics. I feel like Silver Bells is like one of the non-religious forgotten tracks, and Oh Come All Ye Faithful is one of the first forgotten religious tracks. I actually gave Silver Bells a C because this is not my favorite version of Silver Bells, and I gave Oh Come All Ye Faithful a B because it's still not my favorite version of that. TK, how do you feel about this double decker of Christmas classics?
Silver Bells is kind of like Grinch for me. You're a meme on Mr. Grinch, where I like to get really soused and sing it like an idiot. And for that alone, it gets a B. Oh Come All Ye Faithful gets a C only because, again, creeps me out because it's a religious song. And I just don't think there's anything super compelling about it.
For me, I love Silver Bells. Silver Bells in general is just one of my top songs. Do I prefer the Elvis version? Probably. Do I probably hear the Andy version more and think it's Elvis? Yes.
Yes.
I love Silver Bells. It gets me right here. And Oh Come All Ye Faithful. This is one of the Nat King Cole songs that I do enjoy, but I prefer the Andrea Bocelli Adeste Fideles version. So yeah. So Oh Come All Ye Faithful is a Jiminy Crickets. Oh gosh, where did I put it? It's a B. It's an A, folks. It's an A from me.
Well, When You Wish Upon a Christmas Star, Kevo, what you got?
I think I am going to go with B for both. They are both classic standard staples. Silver Bells can be kind of maudlin, but it is still incredibly fun to croon. Oh Come All Ye Faithful. I don't love the religious overtones, but I do love the joyful overtones of it. I know that I've heard some cover somewhere that is a very Sister Act 2 joyful, come all ye faithful. I know I've heard a version like that is amazing, and I would love to hear a version like that of Silver Bells, sort of like a sexy, slutty, naughty, jazzed up, my muffin top, balls, Silver Bells.
Again, I think this is Sabrina's zone. Get on it, girl.
I think that is Silver Bells. I think that is rife. So I would love to see those. But yeah, definitely standards.
Well, from one fruitcake to another, I kind of think that Like It's Christmas by the Joe Bros is great. I don't know, like Le Grand Wolf giving Austin Young work. I would give these three young men as much work as they wanted. I think they're just great vocalists, great performers, and I genuinely think that their weird unhinging jaw is definitely something I would love to enjoy from this video.
That fucking video.
So, A, if not X, because I feel like AVX made it pretty clear that you got to pick one or the other. TK, what you feel?
I really did not want to like. I'd never heard this song before, and I really did not want to like it. Jonas Brothers creep me out, despite that one being very gorgeous, but a queer baiter, not in the good way. This is actually a great song. It's very fun. I'm actually surprised. This is another one I'm surprised it's this low on the list. I don't care that it's this low on the list, but I'm surprised that more people haven't taken to it over the years. I think it's very fun. I gave it a B. The music video is unforgivable, and I would have fired everybody who made it. It is.
I'm shocked there isn't a better one by now, and so many of these songs have multiple anyway, so why not?
Absolute nightmare fuel, just horrifying, but worth it to hear just a cute little bop.
Yeah.
This is a D for me because I never heard it before today. I was extremely prejudiced against it. I can't remember a single thing about it. Kevo.
This is one that I already loved before this episode. I think it's super cute. But yeah, I think it needs a better music video. You can't tell me that there isn't just enough footage sitting around of the Joe Bros at Christmas over the last 30 years, even on Instagram, for someone to cobble together a better music video than this jib jab nightmare. So, but
Oh,
I'm
God,
gonna give it my last X of this list because
Whoa!
I do not like Merry Christmas. I will go first, and I will say, there's a lot of things. Obviously, Ed Sheeran. I really applaud Christmas songs that are joyfully about coming out of COVID, but not all of us have people who came out of COVID. So, yeah, not my delight, personally.
I feel terrible. I hate this song. I give it a C. I genuinely don't like it. I don't like anything that goes 1, 5, 3, 6. I don't like anything that does like the standard progression. It's boring, and this is boring for me. I don't love it. I would sooner have I just can't wait to be Christmas King. TK, how you feel?
D, I don't enjoy this song at all. I really do not enjoy the presence of Ed Sheeran in my life, in my ears, anywhere nearby. Elton John probably could have done a Christmas song I enjoyed at some point. He too has become somebody who's just a rotted boomer who I hate to hear from. I don't think any of his collabs lately are any good. There's just nothing redeeming about this at all, and I hope I never have to hear it again.
Yeah, this is a C for me only because of a massive amount of respect for Elton John, and the slight feeling of who is singing this? Which song is this? Oh, it's Ed Sheeran. Oh, that's nice. Like it's forgettable as I was hearing it.
Do you ever get asked if you're related?
No, I don't get Sheeran. I get Sheeans and Sheen. So like Robert Sheehan from
Sheen.
Misfits and things. I get that. I get Michael Sheen's. I get Martin Sheen a lot.
I went to
Nice.
school with a young Greek woman who was a jazz vocalist named Helen Vassallo, Vassallo. And growing up, people would be like, "Oh, you're a singer. You must be related to Helen, but you can't possibly be related to Julia because she's nervous and quiet." And I would have to be like, "No, Julia is my sister." And they would be like, "That's not possible. You look like Helen." I would be like, "You're an idiot." Speaking of people who are not idiots and who know that Julia is my sister, Kevo, bring us on home. Talk to me. How do you feel wrapping up this episode? Because I know you gave your opinion on Ed Sheeran and Elton John's least effective duet since Elton John decided to do a number with Jake Shears.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do that, the Eminem one. Remember that? Remember when we were kids and he did that?
Oh, when he ruined the Grammys? Of course I remember when he ruined.
He made it up for it with Gaga. It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay, but he
yeah.
also had Justin Timberlake sing "I Want Love" for him in the video. So let's all just kind of consider where Elton John sees himself.
I enjoyed this a lot. I really love when we do any amount of fun niche pop culture programming. I love what I now hope becomes our annual holiday party here. We didn't do as much holiday content this year as we did last year necessarily, but there's still plenty of time and there's still plenty to talk about, and you can find us talking about all of that stuff all over this channel and all over our own social medias, and you can check me out at this is today. You can check me out at Kevo Really. That's Kevoreally. Kicking it back to you, boss.
Yeah, I love having it kicked back to me. You can just check my Scruff profile to find out how much I love being in charge.
It's
But,
the only time you like being handed things. You want to be handed the mic. That is
God.
the only thing.
But I will literally panic if you hand me a phone. I will just be
Don't
like,
hand him like stuff. You hand stuff to me. But
really do.
the microphone, the lens, you hand that stuff off to Nico.
What are you, Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark?
Yes, that's
what
where
I was
is
trying to remember who
you.
said it. Oh my god, thank you.
Literally,
I don't like being handed things.
Before Kevo met me, rewind. Before Kevo saw Iron Man, he literally was like, "Oh my god, you hate being handed things." And then we saw Iron Man, and he was like, "Oh my god, you hate being handed things." I hate I literally can't think of anything I hate more. Your problems are not my problem. I am your king. You should be taking care of me. Pay me taxes. You should not be handing me things to deal with for you. And so, like, it is not my thing.
We are so lucky you're on the side. You're on our side. You'd be a horrific conservative boomer CEO.
That'd be unstoppable. I will rather
be a nightmare.
I would rather waste my life taking care of people who deserve it and who need it, and that is what this episode is about. I was talking to hot older boyfriend earlier and telling him about how I'm so excited to do a broadcast on Christmas talking about comics, because you know what? Some people really, that's their Christmas family. Shut the fuck up. Like, and who are you to judge? Like, it's my thing. So, Tori, this episode was mostly because you and I share this. This is our thing. You are the tie to my Dion. You are the Michelle to my Kelly. You are the Melrose Place to my 90210. And considering that makes somebody else our Models Inc., good the fuck luck. But Tori, I would love to know what it is about Christmas music that makes you and I just go absolutely gaga like we are Stephanie Germanotti.
I don't know about you, but for me, when I think about Christmas music, it's like that. It's like looking into a curio cabinet that's full of tiny glass figurines, like a glass menagerie, one might say. And each one is like perfect and sparkly and just right, and each one is attached to a very specific feeling. And that's how I feel about Christmas music. Like, it's very specific. When people are like, "Oh, here's my playlist of all of these Christmas songs," I'm like, sure, I'll put it on shuffle. And then I'll be like, skip, nope, we're not in the mood for that one, nope, next, because there will be, as much as I enjoy a Mariah Carey, there will be times where I'm like, no, I need to cry my feels out today. It's not Mariah time, and move on. So like that's for me is what it is that it's so many precious, beautiful jewels that mean something specific and have such, it's one of those where if music is supposed to bring you back to a time and place, Christmas music did that for me first, continues to do that for me, and is the most HD 4K that you can possibly imagine. You're off, Mike.
Yeah.
Tori, I love that. I believe Kevo gave where we can find him. So where can we find you?
You can find me online at SM Tori. That's Tori with an I. You can also find me a year ago schooling these fools on which X team would kick ass the most on one of our previous channels. Sorry, it came up as a Facebook memory the other day, and I was just
it's also mathematically one of our most downloaded episodes. But speaking of somebody that I would download like Jax's Return to Sean Cody, let's talk about TK and one of the apps. Oh, Kevo, don't shake your head at me dismissively. Let's talk about one of the most handsomest men on the entire internet, TK. What is your overall takeaway from this episode, and where can we find you?
My overall takeaway is that a lot of these songs are really great. I just don't like these versions of them. And I love that my little Christmas mix that I have all set up has so many of these songs just in different incarnations, and
Yeah.
they're classics for a reason. And I found a couple others in there where like Wonderful Christmas Time. I forgot that there's two fantastic covers of it. One is by the Shins, the other is by Kelly Rowland, and I think Kelly Rowland is going on the Christmas list. Is going on my Christmas mix, even though I don't love the Paul McCartney one. So just this is the aspect of Christmas I think I love the most is the music. No matter what the holiday season is like, I always play my Christmas songs at Christmas time and have my little memories going all the way back to I started doing this my freshman year of high school, and some of these memories really make me think of literally that year, but for other songs I think about every year since, and it's just for as much as I don't love the holidays, that is one aspect that I love very much. And if you want to talk to me about holiday musical nostalgia, just find me on the socials at TK Elemental. Nico, what was your favorite part about covering this with us?
You guys, easily the best part of this is the three of you. I only wish that there was 4 times as much of this so that I could have 12 days of Christmas. Christmas. I was trying to.
Is what I heard.
I was trying to be clever, and I wanted to say Quismos, and I was like, just like say Camila Cabello's name. I botched the joke. So anyway, you guys can find me at Nico Action, NICOACTION. You guys can find my music at Nico Action Music. That's NICOACTIONMUSIC. If you guys want to find out more about this amazing show, you guys can check it out at HTML, which is Husbands Talking More or Less. X is for podcast, or X is for show. All of that is easily findable. If you guys want to find out more about anything, please do like, comment, and subscribe, as that definitely helps us in the algorithm. But 3 things you guys can do for us that would definitely make your world better. Number 1, be brave and love Christmas music. It is so much fun. Just get in there and find the song that makes you happy. Number 2, stay safe, because you can't listen to Christmas music if you're not staying safe to play it. And number 3, evolve daily. Who you were yesterday, Christmas. Who you were today, Yuletide. But who you are tomorrow, Christmas. And until you give us your Ben McKenzie best, we are not here for it. I'm kidding. No matter what your holiday is, we are here for it. So just feel good. Spend it with us if you would like. We'll be here on the 25th. And until then, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you.